Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
No, man, like he was in Seattle. I forgot where I saw him. It was at some family function, and he hadn't seen me since I was like, I was kind of a chubby kid, wasn't super cute, whatever. Not that he should be looking at me in that way, anyways. He was blood related, but I guess in Judaism that's okay. If
sounds like it's your fault. You got all hot.
Stop victim shaming.
He couldn't control himself.
Yeah, I think he saw me at like my grandma's 85th, and he's like, not bad, not too shabby. Yeah. Oh, thanks, mother.
Wow. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Hello.
I want to go home.
No complaining yet, Seth.
Yes, ma'am.
Give it till 6:15.
All right, I'll let it breathe. Let it breathe, cuzzo.
Welcome to the Bubba the Love Sponge show. No Bubba today. No Bubba tomorrow. No Bubba Friday, but he'll be back on Monday.
Anybody heard from him?
I have random texts here and there, but they're usually about PayPal.
Oh, okay.
If he texts you today, can you tell him that I sent him an email? I need to talk to him.
Why don't you just text him?
I can't. I don't know what's going on at the racetrack. I don't know if he's driving. I don't know if there's a race happening.
You can send him a text. It's not like he has to answer it right away.
I think Brent has the best. I'm sorry. Seth has the best way to go about it because he could be sleeping. They had a race last night.
I've seriously thought about texting because I was asked by another friend of mine who I'll tell you off the air.
Yeah.
Asked me for a favor of Bubba, which this person would never ask a favor of Bubba. This is like monumental
Does
stuff.
this person even know Bubba?
Yes.
Okay.
But they need something. They need something from Bubba.
But they don't have a direct line to Bubba.
They do, but I have more of a direct line.
All right.
So, but I don't know. I haven't, like Lummy said, I don't want to wake him up. I don't want to bother him if he's raking some dirt. I don't want to bother him if he's, doing some tires. I don't.
All right. Well, tell me about it off the air, and then we'll make a determination about what you should do. My guess is probably nothing. If someone is asking you for a favor of Bubba, this is not the week to do it. That would be my guess. Let me introduce who's here today, Seth, if you don't mind. You are here, Seth. Lummy is here. Rhett is here. Scout is here. And Macho Man is here. So it's kind of the skeleton crew today, but we're going to give you some fantastic live programming. I'm very excited about it.
Anna fears today. She called the baby face, but he's busy.
I was a little concerned, but I found a solution to the problem because I really thought long and hard about how today was going to go. And I feel like I kind of gave you a sense of like trepidation, Seth, and I didn't mean to give you any of my anxiety. I know you have enough of that, but I came up with a solution later in the day, and all my anxiety disappeared.
Okay,
so
good.
We're good.
Good.
We are fine.
Does that mean you think we suck?
What? No. No, not at all, actually. Quite the contrary. It was really me that was the problem, Rhett, as are most things in life. When you think everyone else is the problem but you should actually take a good hard look in the mirror and realize, oh, the problem is me. So instead of, much like in jiu-jitsu, instead of trying to make your opponent move, you move yourself. And that's what we're going to do today. So it might be a little sports heavy. I hope that's okay when I have three mother effing sports guys here, and that's what they get excited about. That's what they want to talk about. So guess what we're going to freaking talk about? Sports.
Three dumb mouth-breathing sports idiots.
Well, you know your stuff, and that's what gets you excited.
She cracked the code.
When I was listening to yesterday's show, I was like, well, where did they really light up? And they really lit up when we're talking about the sports, when we're talking about, the game. We're talking about, a Brett comes in with some crazy stats about Patrick Mahomes, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. So I'm like, why not play to those strengths? So that's exactly what we're going to do today. And thankfully enough, I feel like fate would have it where I was. Is everything okay?
I think is that you, Lummy, or is that backward?
I don't know.
No,
I just
it
heard a
might
lot of
be back.
banging. Sorry.
It sounded like the ruckus was coming over from your end.
It's all
did
all
it?
good.
Yeah. You don't even know your own strength.
I was just wondering, maybe you're like slamming the phone down or something like
Yeah,
that.
I was angry.
No, it's all good.
You didn't talk about what macho strengths are.
Which is just strength in and of itself.
Exactly.
No, but I was gonna say that it would so happen today that I was on the interwebs yesterday, and there seems to be a lot of crossover between sports and conspiracy theories. So we're gonna dive into that because that kind of combines both of the things that we love, which are a good conspiracy and sports. So it's gonna be great. 813-90 Bubba. Bubba is at the track. That's where he is all week. If you're just tuning in now and you're like, what's going on? I came here for the Bubs. He's not here. Well, he's going to be back. He's going to be back on Monday. Everything's going to be hunky-dory. And, we can all move on with our lives.
And if you have a message you want to get to Bubba, send it to Lummy, and he'll make sure that it gets through to the big man.
Yeah, so I'll wait till he wakes up, and then I'll start bombarding him with all the messages that people send me.
Are you getting any texts during the show from him?
No, it was just like I said, just like the PayPal stuff.
Okay,
'Cause
but it's
he's
not
the
like
only
during
one-
the show. It's not like Anna isn't saying, and I'm about to say it right now, we need money, folks. Please, God, help us. I try to be jovial about it, and, it's been, I don't want to say it's been dry. It certainly hasn't, because there have been people that have been contributing. But it could be, it could be more lush.
We got to pull the nose up on January.
Yeah, Cash App, PayPal. Thank you for mentioning that. Today is the last day of January. We need to finish strong. Cash App, PayPal is preferred. Venmo, not so great right now. So let's just kind of,
Seth Kushner, $100 cash.
Woo!
All right, where's
That's
my
going back into his pocket.
Well, yeah, it's some.
Did you borrow that from your daughter?
Shut up! It's birthday money for my mom.
Oh, yeah, your birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything fun?
Stay home.
Okay. I feel like I heard you had a rough night, and then you said you didn't want to talk about it, but then
Yeah.
you mentioned it, so you obviously do.
I did. Well, it's,
Belinda Fennell, 25 on the Cash App.
yeah.
Money!
Keeping us alive this week.
Thank you.
Thank you, B. Fennel. Appreciate you. Sweet woman.
Yeah, I had my first.
Panic attack of 2024.
Yeah,
I
my
nailed
first
it.
one in a long time, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah,
I feel like you get those, like, I don't know, bi-weekly, but you don't?
I don't know. I mean, I know we exaggerate a lot of the stuff on the air,
Right.
but I haven't thrown up or had a real panic. I mean, I have general anxiety throughout the day, but
Sure.
nothing to where like I was, in full meltdown mode, pacing around the neighborhood,
Like you were last night?
Yeah.
Grouper Lips, $100 Cash App.
Grouper Lips, thank you so much.
Part
God
Time Toys,
bless.
25 on the Cash App.
Grouper Lips, my wife said that we are not allowed to download that app that you sent me. She said it's way too sus. And
Oh, no, it's not.
I told her, I go, we get 18,000 channels for $39.95. And she's like, who's that from? I said Grouper Lips. And then she started laughing. Doesn't take me
Well, she
seriously.
thinks the FBI is going to break in your house?
She's like, all right.
Is this like a balls box? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's kind like
do you remember balls?
yeah.
Okay, sorry, Lummy.
Is he alive?
It's a Cox thing.
No, well,
Cox and balls.
Grouper, I mean, I don't want to call it, but Grouper sent me a link of, channels that you get. And it's one of those things where you have to kind of give them your card number, then they email you a password, and it's it might be a little sketchy to some, but either way, you get the channels at the end for like $30, and Phoebe's shutting me down. So I'm
You
just
know
gonna
how to do it if she's scared about losing your credit card number or whatever?
go buy.
Gift card.
That's what she told me to do.
Yeah.
She's like, you go buy a gift card. I was like, good Lord, man, it's not that serious.
Well, she's that scared of it. I
Yeah.
mean, that's one way around it.
Sorry, Anna, that was just
No,
when he
it's
said
all
Grouper
good.
Lips,
No,
was just-
I appreciate it. Grouper Lips, thank you. Thank you for the $100. Much appreciated. And everyone else, thank you for contributing. So back to your horrible night.
Yeah, it all
What triggered it? Was it me?
No.
Oh, good.
It started with the chicken parmesan. It just
Oof.
it did not really settle well at all. And then I have decreased my Xanax by half. So I started having like a full anxiety attack, and that's when I have food in me, and it's really bad. And then I realized I forgot to take a Xanax. So I was like, oh, damn, it's too late. We've already hit the point of no return. So then
How far out do you need to take a Xanax? Like an hour before you sleep, or
No, I just need to take it before I get to the point where I'm nauseous, and I thought I had taken it. So I was like, I need to take some more. And then I checked my pocket and I go, I never took this in the first place.
Oh no.
So yeah, so then it was like, all of a sudden there's just these thoughts that creep up on you. My body gets all hot and then I get nauseous.
kind
and
of
then,
thoughts.
Oof.
I get bad thoughts too sometimes.
I just think like all of a sudden stuff starts popping in my head, like all the people that were saying horrible things about the podcast yesterday.
Oh my God, really?
It's just odd. It's like any negative thing that can come.
What is it, like 2 people? I can't imagine any more than that. Most people, they love you and what you're doing. And with Brent, it was.
No, I know. I'm not saying.
I heard most of it from the green room, even though you didn't know I was here.
Well, good thing we didn't say anything bad about you. No,
I know. I was listening for it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Everybody was cool with the podcast, but when I'm in the situation of not feeling well, I all of a sudden go to what's going bad in my life, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well they didn't like the podcast. I'm like, okay, is that the end for me? And then I go, I'm starting to get sick here. Where's this going to go? Am I not going to be able to stop throwing up? Am I going to have to go to the hospital?
Right.
Is it going to be one of those things? Am I going to have to call? Am I going to have to miss work tomorrow? And I know that Anna needs me there because we're already down.
I
go, we're down a person. So then
we're down like 3 people.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, well I can't miss tomorrow, so I need to pull my stuff together. And just all these things that are running in your head instead of focusing on your breathing and all these other things that can help you out.
Right.
So it was.
Did you sleep at all?
I probably went to bed about after midnight. I finally stopped throwing up and took my medicine.
You threw up quite a bit. Does that help? Obviously, because you said the food makes you nauseous, and so
it's the food. Yeah, when it's kind of sitting there, and then I have the anxiety, it's not really going anywhere unless I do something. So I got rid of it, and then I paced around my house for a good hour and a half. Phoebe woke up, looked disgusted that I, had my anxiety again, went back to bed.
What does she do? Does she just like roll her eyes or?
She just leaves me alone. But the initial thing is she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm throwing up." And she's like, "Oh." It's not like, "Oh my God, are you?" It's like, oh.
She knows you'll be okay, but do you wish that maybe she showed like she cared a little more, even if she feigned it?
If she just was like, man, she's like, just take care of yourself or something, like that goes a long way. But she used to be very every time I would have anxiety, because it was almost every day, she would have a negative reaction to it, and I told her that made it worse. When I had anxiety and I can't control it, and then I feel like I'm disappointing you, I said that
sends you over the edge.
Yeah, it's like that ends my world. So now she's toned it down to just
maybe my life.
Yeah, now it's just toned down to her rolling her eyes and being disgusted. So
okay, at least it's a bit more silent than it was before.
Yeah, so I left this morning, and I she asked me if I was okay, and I said, make sure you wash my throw-up sheets before I come home today.
You said that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You didn't ask, you just demanded.
Well, I said, if you get a chance, could you toss them in there?
Oh, okay, yeah, that's nice.
I got to nap it out when I get home I mean, I think I slept for 3 hours last night.
Don't go too hard in the pain. It's okay. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I had an issue with food yesterday too.
Bronx 161, $50 in the cash app.
I love $50. Thank you so much.
There we go, man. It's happening right
makes
now.
Me so. When you yell out the money, it's like I feel like I'm winning it, even though I know I'm not. But thank you. It makes me happy nonetheless. First one of the day. I had a bad experience yesterday because I feel like I've been living a lie for several years now, apparently.
Oh no, you have a wiener, don't you?
No. I'm still a chick. Don't assume my gender, but still a woman, I think, so far. But unfortunately, I have not been living a vegetarian life. And I've been telling people that I have, because it turns out that one of my favorite protein bars has gelatin in it. And I didn't read the ingredients when I first started eating them, 4 years ago.
What, does gelatin have meat in it?
No, it's like an animal product. It's like from, I don't know. Isn't it from the hoof of an animal?
You know what, Anna?
Can someone look it up? It's definitely not vegetarian. They put it in marshmallows. I haven't been eating marshmallows, but I need to start reading the
Are you sure
ingredients.
It's not grass-fed gelatin? I'm kidding, because it's beef.
Yeah, I was like, no, gelatin, and then also friggin' collagen. They put collagen in everything, which is from skin, bones, and hair of an animal. Maybe not hair.
Isn't that what they puff lips up with? Collagen?
No, it's your skin is made of collagen, but in order for you to get more of it, sometimes they extract it from animals. And so I've been eating stuff with collagen and gelatin for several years now, things I eat on a regular basis. So I've been claiming that I'm a vegetarian. I'm not. I feel guilty. I feel like I've been an imposter all these years. And they were one of my favorite friggin' protein bars.
2 things. I think you get a pass because it's not like you sat down and had a steak. It's kind of accidental. But now I'm also wondering How did it take you so long to read the back of the what you're eating? Because I feel like that's the first thing you do.
I just assumed. I'm like, why? I knew that there were milk products. I knew it had whey in it. I knew it had, and on the bottom it doesn't say may contain animal parts. It says may contain soy, milk products, and nuts. And I'm like, perfect. Those are things I like. And then I read deep into the ingredients because something came up, last week, and turns out all these things I've been eating have collagen and gelatin in them, and I'm just disappointed in myself.
But
Seth.
I mean, things are going great for you, right? I mean, you're a jiu-jitsu master. You're hosting the show. I mean,
no,
you say gelatin's like really what you need?
No, I don't think gelatin is what I need. Maybe like collagen. People like collagen a lot, but I don't like that life. And I've been telling people I'm a vegetarian and telling myself I am that, and I just feel like I've been lying about my identity because I haven't been a vegetarian. I've been eating animals.
So
it makes me sad.
MMBC 25 on the Cash App.
Thank you.
What do you identify as now?
I don't know anymore.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to...
Well, now you're just a meat eater.
I don't.
I mean,
I'm just
eat animal products.
A normal schlub that eats. Yeah, exactly. That eats animal products. I might as well just eat a ribeye because at this point it's all the same.
Should we go get you Wendy's or something?
No,
If you really want to rip the Band-Aid off.
You want a double stack?
We could do,
we could
do that Arby's 9-meat patty thing that they have.
There you go.
That is really the root of all evil and the root of all sickness. So I'm trying to stay true to the game here and stay away from processed stuff as I eat protein bars with freaking gelatin in it. So I'm just kind of sad because I was eating these things honestly on the regular, like several times a week.
Are you stopping?
Yeah, I'm not going to eat those anymore. I now have to like fully go the vegan route. If I want to get a protein bar, it should probably say vegan on it. Otherwise, it's probably full of collagen and gelatin.
All right, now I don't even know. I got to start looking now for gelatin and collagen and stuff, and I don't even. I don't even care. If I
don't think gelatin is kosher, by the way.
Oh no.
Do you even keep kosher?
Well, no, but I still had the reaction that collagen's not kosher. That sucks.
It's not. Well, yeah, I guess if it's from a pig.
I don't know.
No, I said it's not vegetarian.
Oh,
it's probably not kosher anyway.
I just assume that nothing's kosher until they tell me it is.
Yeah, I got you. Now, speaking of kosher, you're going to a kosher event on Monday, is that right?
Kosher. Well, I don't know. I don't as of right now, I'm not going.
Do you want to go?
I don't, Anna, I will be honest with you. I don't know my responsibility in the situation.
Tell people what you have to go do.
My brother just had a baby. Congratulations to me.
Yay!
For having a nephew.
How can we refer to this baby? What alias shall we give this child?
Because
we already got little Seth.
Yeah, we could call him. I don't know, James. I mean, my brother's
James
name,
Brown.
Little James. Yeah, James. That's fine.
James. All right, little James.
Yeah. So he was in the NICU, little guy, for a few days. Came home. So in the Jewish religion, we have the circumcision, the bris, which I believe
Big fan.
Yeah. Believe it's normally like 7 or 8 days after.
8 days after birth.
8 days after birth.
Yeah.
So.
Why do you wait? Why does the Jewish religion wait 8 days?
Oh, I don't know. I ain't no biblical scholar like you.
Maybe they want to give
Torah scholar.
8 days of growth, so they have more to work with.
Oh, okay, there you go.
8 whole days.
Yeah, I don't know. Man.
Well, Walker got a whopping day.
Did they? They did it the next day at the hospital.
Yeah. Took him back, and then he came back, and he was chopped up.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, they took him into the back.
Okay, well, this is what's different about the Jewish religion, Lummy, is they do this. It's called a bris. They do it in front of everybody.
It's a party.
It's a party. It's a
It's a party.
It's a gathering. It's a
soiree.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be streamers and stuff there when the kid's, screaming bloody murder after they, wonk his weenie off.
Yeah.
But here's the situation, Lum. My brother has the bris set up at the mercy of the doctor, the Moyle, and it's 8:45 on Monday morning.
What?
Yes.
Well, they don't got a lot of, because you have to think if it has to be on that 8th day, you don't really have a lot of room to work with. He might have a tight schedule that day.
Yeah, the doctor, the Moyle, whomever it is, can only do it at 8:45. So my mom sent out a Word document invitation yesterday, which I sent to Anna because it was just
Microsoft Word did this woman dirty.
I'll send it to you. Let me. It's such a mess. My mom was just trying to help out with this invite, and I don't know if I need to be there because this is like,
You definitely have to be there.
Dude, Lummy didn't even see his kid get whacked off.
Yeah.
He's not a Jew, dude.
But what's the point? What's the difference between if Seth sees his kid get his
it's a
wiener
religious
whacked off,
ceremony.
or father gets his wiener,
It's a religious ceremony. It's a Jew thing. You wouldn't get it.
It was, but I don't know. I mean, I can't see myself going to Bubba and saying, hey, man.
What? Do you want to try?
Hey, Bubba, you're just coming back after this long race weekend.
What do you want, Seth? I'll pay you the extra money. Don't worry.
Well, I got a bris.
But that's what brisket. What'd you say to me?
I got a bris, and they're gonna lop off part of my nephew's wiener.
Oh, that'd be a great YouTube video. Just roll tape, okay? You can go. No problem. I'll pay for it. He will want you to roll tape.
What am I rolling?
You know what, Seth? I want you to roll tape.
What am I rolling? Who do you focus on? Do you focus on the mom's reaction when the kid's screaming? You focus on the dad. You want my reaction?
I want to see the Moyle's reaction.
Oh, the Moyle.
When he sucks it off.
That's not
the blood.
Hold on. Is that really true?
That's true, but not in this scenario, Lummy. This is
is this, a reform Moyle?
It's what? I think it's actually a doctor, but they don't kiss the wee or the part that
Dude,
they take
they
off.
They do in some sects. They do.
Or I think it's Orthodox. I don't feel like that's a general, reform or conservative Judaism.
Have you ever met a reform Moyle? I feel like that's not a thing. I feel like he has to be like old, have a little bit of a gut, and a really long beard with glasses, circular ones.
We're gonna find
with a kippah.
We're gonna find out what this guy looks like, but I don't believe there's gonna be any kissing of the foreskin.
No, they like
put it in the pocket for later.
Can I be? No. They like again. I've read the details. I've actually, fun fact, I've never been to a bris.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not something.
Partially out of luck, partially out of the fact that people know I'm not supportive. So
it's not something that happens every now and again.
Yeah. There's a lot of like factors involved. How close you are to these people. Are they Jewish? And then do they have a son?
Well, you're against circumcision too, aren't you, Anna?
I very much am.
Are you against? You're against my brother?
No,
Baby James?
I'm. Listen,
Poor baby James,
baby Jimbo.
Listen, I don't care about anything enough to protest ever. Like even if they took away like my right to vote, you wouldn't see me out on the street protesting. It's just not my thing.
But if you got a baby in the hospital, Anna, they're like, all right, we're gonna take this little boy back and we're gonna give him the circumcision. What are you doing?
No. Absolutely not. If I had a kid, which I don't, I understand people like to come for me in the comment. You're not a parent. You don't know. It's like all of a sudden, if you have a kid, you're suddenly qualified to have one. But whatever. No, I would never, ever circumcise.
Did you talk about that with Ashley beforehand, Lummy, or did they just kind of come in the room and you guys were like, all right, go for it?
Oh no, yeah, we knew.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it, making sure that he didn't have a little anteater. Yep, exactly.
And I think really, and I know they said they did it for like health reasons, but I think at this point circumcisions are done a lot of just for aesthetics.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And people don't even like lie about that anymore. They're very very upfront where they're like, I want my son to have a pretty wang.
Yeah, and who knew that chopping that off would give you a better looking wang.
Yeah, it's weird how it went from like a religious thing to a cultural thing to a hygienic thing to an aesthetic thing. And people are just like, yeah, it just looks better, which it does. It does look better, I think, but I just don't think it's nice to be chopping off, little baby weens.
Well, to be honest, I could not imagine the first Steven now having to clean it every single time. I mean, he's had some blowouts. So, I mean, just having you know what I mean? Like, that just seems disgusting.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot easier.
Right, but here's what I learned somewhat recently. I think it's only an American thing. Like, even I have some friends who live in Europe, and I also thought that the, Western Europeans were circumcising. They're really not. It's really just an American thing. The Asians don't do it. The Indians don't do it. Dot not feather. The Eastern Europeans don't do it.
Asians
Africans don't do it. No one is doing it but us. Yes.
Well, it says also the Jewish and the Muslim.
You're damn right.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, they make a lot. I'm going to just pause.
No, you're good. But somebody did put, I think it was, who did I see? Paul. Somebody in the chat goes, Dr. Dan could do it. I honestly thought... Because Dan could do anything, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
But if I said, hey, Dan, could you do a circumcision? He would be like, let me watch a video.
Yeah.
And yeah, no problem.
Dude, he would get a Moyle outfit from Amazon. He would play the part, man. Dan loves playing dress up.
I know Dan can honestly do anything. And
he can.
Even Brent talked about on the podcast how Dr. Dan saved him from COVID. But I don't know if Dan would, I don't know if he's done. He probably hasn't done one before.
He's seen one. Didn't he say that it was one of the most vile and blood-curdling screams he's ever seen? He said it was hard for even him to stomach just because of the reaction of the child.
Oh, sweet Maria.
So have fun at that on Monday.
$50 on the cash app. Yeah, when I said that, I'm so happy that they took the baby out of the room.
Oh, man. So I need to ask Bubba a couple of things today, and one of them is, can I get paid time off for a bris?
Yes.
Nice.
What is it? BTO.
BTO, yeah.
Bris time off.
I just don't want. I think my family's well aware that I have a job and everything. I just don't want to miss something that is like I don't want this to be like I'm missing my brother's wedding.
No,
or anything,
you gotta go. You gotta
Really?
go. Yeah, I think so. Because here's the thing: how many people are gonna go? Probably not very many.
Well, I mean, God, it's 8:45 on a Monday.
That's
I mean,
what I'm
it's gonna be my
saying.
mom and my dad. You know, it's a
Yeah.
big deal.
And you.
Are you bringing your daughter? I feel like you
Oh
shouldn't.
my God,
No.
no.
Well, I don't know. It's like a family affair. I just feel like
No.
she doesn't need to witness that.
It's an affair where you go watch the kid get his weenie lopped off, and then they roll out a Publix deli tray.
I
Like,
know. So there is lunch,
there
which is nice.
But my kid, I couldn't bring her to that, Anna.
Okay, good.
I mean, what am I, guy? I can't.
Maybe
I mean,
bring her to the after party.
the after party is cool.
This isn't the Super Bowl, Lummy. There isn't an after party, okay?
You said there's a Publix tray.
Yeah, once they get
well,
the
the bris itself is like 5 minutes long. The reason why you go is for the spread.
Yeah, the nosh. I mean,
Yeah,
really,
yeah, you got a nosh.
It's over just like that, Lemmy. Then you got to stay for a couple hours. You make the trip out to Odessa, you got to get your money's worth.
Absolutely.
You know?
There's going to be bagels. There's going to be lox. There's going to be capers. There's going to be some schmear. You got to go.
Capers are gross.
I hate capers, dude.
Yeah, they really are.
Do you eat the lox?
I don't anymore. I used to when I was a
Smoked
kid.
salmon. Yeah.
I don't have any problem. Like, I don't have any problem with it, but I'm just telling you, like, I ate lox as a kid, my parents, but I can't look at lox now in the morning and go, want to put that on my bagel.
Do you eat smoked salmon, Lummy? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put on a bagel with cream cheese.
Yeah. That's what the Jews
What
do.
a Hebrew over here.
I know.
They-
Look at him. Look at that beard. He could easily be a giant rabbi, but
Rabbi.
Rabbi Lummy?
yeah,
will you
Garrison, we need to put a ski on the end of that or something.
Can we have him show up at my brother's house, act like he's the doctor for the
yeah.
Pull out a big pair of scissors.
Yeah, he's just got all Bubba's tools and stuff. He's got big reds, all his things that he helps put together.
Bring some DeWalt tools.
Yeah, and be like, all right, I'm ready. Where's little Jimbo?
Well, you did send me the invitation just to laugh at it, and there was a phone number to RSVP, and I did think about
That is
possibly
my mom's
RSVPing.
number.
I know. I was like, maybe I should. It's Elise, right?
Yeah.
Tell Elise, hey, I'll be in attendance. I like bagels and schmear.
I honestly said if Anna sent my mom a text and said I'd be there, like, oh my God, we can't wait to have you.
Really?
My
She
mom's
would be weirded out.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a son that there was a bris, I mean, it's like, there's going to be like 4 people in there, but my mom she's ready to invite, the waitress from their Chinese restaurant
Right.
and, a friend that she knew from 30 years ago from Chicago.
You need
and-
bodies for support.
Yeah, I mean, she just wants everybody there. So, like, it's, like you're going to Disney or something like that.
I get it. And again, I've never been before, and I never want to go. But again, like if there is lunch, I do like a free lunch.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, if I went, I could probably make it back for the after show. But again, I feel like after Sponjo being off for a week, having the full show here and me turning my back on my nephew and getting his wiener lopped off, I feel like I should be here.
I don't know. I mean, well, it starts at 8:45.
Yeah.
Jews run late, so it's going to start at like 9:05. Obviously, it's about 20 minutes.
How'd you know Jews run late?
Because I am one.
My parents are late for everything.
Yeah, it's about 20 minutes. We're not as bad, and this is going to sound racist, but we're not as bad as Persians and blacks. But we're about
Wow.
we're about 20 minutes after
After the set time.
Yeah, set time. We're just like we add 20 minutes because we're just really an optimistic people. Like we think we can get ready faster than we actually can.
Well, my mom will do. I mean, my mom will say, "Oh yeah, I'm just 5 minutes away," and then it's 30
that's
minutes
a lie.
later.
Yeah. No, that's a lie. I often tell. I'm almost there.
And then they go, "Oh, there was traffic on the bridge," and there's just 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning. You just know,
There
full of
was an
lies.
accident. yeah, I get that. But let me ask you this: Are you squeamish when it comes to blood and stuff like that? Because there's gonna be some blood, bro,
I think that's
and that baby is gonna scream.
I am at the point in my life where I enjoy new experiences,
Okay.
and I would like to hear that because I could
Okay.
maybe tap into what happened to me, 42 years ago when they lopped mine off,
Right.
and they barely knew what they were doing.
Oh, the baby gets wine.
Like a drop of wine on its tongue. Yeah.
I'm watching one right now.
Oh, you're watching one? Probably just not the actual procedure,
Wait,
right?
OnlyFans or YouTube? Where do you get?
This bad boy's on YouTube right now.
Oh no.
This is what it looks like, huh?
I
I'm
wonder-
gonna send it to you.
I wonder how many people are gonna drop like faint because it's
Really?
Yeah. Wait, do you actually see it, Lummy? I don't want to.
Yeah, you do.
Do you actually see it? Like
No, it kind of ends at the end, but
I don't know.
yeah, it looks like it ends right before he.
That's a full cup right there. Look at everybody gathered
That's what
around.
I'm saying. That's a lot of wine.
It's standing room only, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I think everybody gets a sip, though, Lummy. That's,
Do you,
Why
do you
can't
have to
I
wear the
hear
hat
it?
and everything, Seth?
I don't think so. These look like
Is there
Orthodox.
no
Oh, okay.
sound. Oh, I don't know what's going on with this.
Oh, they're yelling a bunch of Jewish obscenities.
Oh, I don't know. It's just I'm not getting sound. I don't want. I'm not about this life.
There's
man.
too many. There's too many guys handling the
Look
kids.
at the ladies in the
Dude.
back though. They're happy about it.
Well, because they don't.
Yeah.
It's one less anteater, wiener in the
That's
world.
true. That is true.
And what's the reason? It's the covenant with God. God is making some weird, kind of freaky
Don't question God.
requests. It's like, hey, you're not one of us unless you get that penis right. I just don't. It just doesn't really add up to me.
I know.
Religion is weird like
God
that.
told Abraham, huh? That's how
Didn't he? And didn't
Yeah.
Abraham circumcise himself because he was really down for the cause?
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
that's Abraham's circuit. What?
Abraham started it all.
Covenant with God. Don't you know the origin of why men are circumcised? Well, what did you think?
I don't really. There's parts of my religion that I'm trying to go back to. I just feel like where.
So you didn't know.
Where I don't. I
You
feel
didn't
like-
know.
No, but I didn't know, but I feel like where it came from and where it is now are kind of different.
Well,
so.
not for the Jews. I mean, the Jews, it's kind of remained the same, which is just, hey, this is the covenant with God. This means that we, I guess it's just that we're, I don't know, loyal to our God. I don't really get it.
I'm
but
just thinking. I just wish that maybe we just came out with already the procedure already done.
right.
Yeah, I don't think that's too much to ask God. He got a lot of the other parts of the body right. Just give me one little, one less minor surgery procedures. 8 days into the world.
It is just really. Sorry, let me go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I did not know this about the Bible, but
Yeah.
before he told Abraham, obviously there was a lot of Jewish people that were not circumcised. So before you entered Canaan,
Yeah.
they had a circumcised party.
Shut up.
All the men, you could not
had
be
a-
in Canaan unless you were circumcised. So they all started having becoming circumcised.
Is that why they pretended to be lost? Because they're like, I just want to die first.
Wait, Abraham, did he do them all, or did they do? God, by the way,
Abraham showed him pretty much how to do it, is what I'm reading here.
Oh, so he did a tutorial
Yeah.
about how to lop it off.
Yep.
but you've heard about adult circumcisions before, right?
Oh, I heard it. 25 that used to work here had it when I think in 07. He said it was the worst thing he ever experienced.
That's what I've
Yeah.
heard. And like
Yeah.
as you get older, so I mean, if Abraham and all his older buddies were doing it back in the day, I mean, those guys had to be in some pain.
What about
Yeah.
what kind of tools are you using?
No wonder
Not clean ones.
No wonder he saw God in the burning bush. He was all woozy from giving himself and his buddies 19
Yeah.
circumcisions.
Hallucinating.
Now we get it.
It's horrible, man. It's horrible. Well, I definitely think that you should go, and honestly, it'd be kind of cool if you roll tape a little bit.
I know. Listen, I'm sure I don't know how my family is about rolling tape at a Bris. Again, I'm still kind of internally struggling with if it's something I need to go to. I would like to be here on Monday.
Well, who else is going? Like, it's going to be your brother and the wife.
Brother and wife, probably
Parents.
her parents, my parents, maybe an aunt or an uncle. Maybe there's got to be one other Jewish person there that's got to witness it, sign a contract or something like they had to do at my wedding. So I'm not sure, but it's definitely not going to be a packed house like if this was a Saturday or Sunday event.
Oh yeah, no way.
This is like Crowd Willie.
Would it be a packed house anyways? I mean, how many people want to? Well, I guess because it's on a Monday, it is kind of hard to get to. Maybe that's by design, so that you don't have a lot of witnesses.
No, it was only my mom told me it was the doctor's schedule. This is the only time they could lock him in. So
They call him a doctor. Isn't that kind of a misnomer?
I don't think he's a moil. I think he's a doctor.
But then why would he do a bris?
I think that
It's got to be the moil.
doctors can do them, like the doctor that did Lummy, son.
Yeah.
Like he took him right back there. Like
Well, to be fair, I mean, a lot of doctors are Jews, so I feel like that would be an easy crossover, right?
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna guess this doctor is a Jew. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there.
It's a safe bet.
I'll confirm, and then I'll get back to you. And if it's not a Jewish person, then I'm gonna find a moil for my family on short notice.
I mean, 50% of 50% of doctors in America are Jews, and/or their last name is Patel. That's a fact.
So I was gonna say, is that a fact?
No, I just made that up. Actually,
that works for me. I feel safe when I'm with a Patel.
yeah, me
Me too.
too. I feel like they know their ish, and it's better if the English is worse. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I feel like they know stuff, and they're also, not to get into the caste system too much, but I feel like they're a Brahmin. You know what I mean? Like, they come from a good family. They are able to get out of Slumdog Millionaire, come here and live the American dream.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just feel like I'm in good hands. I feel like I'm with brilliant people when I'm in there. I had to, get my colonoscopy with a Patel, and he was very gentle.
Did you really get one with a Patel?
Yeah, I did. He was like,
He was
like,
cool.
I woke up and he was like, "Hey, you're all good," and I gave him a high five.
Okay, beautiful.
And I go, "Hey," I was like, "All right, now what do we do now?" I was like, "What do we rip these internal hemorrhoids out?" And he's like, "Oh no!" It's like, "You got
no.
He's like, "You just got to live with those." And I said, "Oh, okay, thank you."
What was the nationality of the doctor that when I saw you?
Oh, she was a white Jewish man.
So
he
he's a little bit rougher.
And he's out of business now.
Yeah, that would make sense.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
That Snickers bar.
Oh, geez, my mom.
She listening?
Oh, no. Macho. Oh, your mic level's low. Okay. Anna, will you turn my mic up a little next time?
I think it's both of us.
Yeah.
He said my mic is picking me up because it's soft.
I have you potted up higher than Lummy and I, but I'll pot you up.
Okay, Mach's, he's,
He's back there watching the.
Oh my God! My mom said it's a lady doctor, and the rabbi will be there, and the doctor's Jewish.
What the fuck is the point of that?
What do you mean?
It's allowed to. I read about it. If there's no male moil, they will allow a Jewish woman. Is she Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, she's a doctor, and then you're also gonna have a rabbi there?
Yes. I'm not having a rabbi there, Anna. Hold on, someone said a good message earlier to start the show. I gotta get to it, guys. Who was it? Stumpy? No, Bob. Thank you, Stumpy. In Bronx Street said, not a Seth fan, but he can interview. Thank you. I appreciate that. I learned it from when I worked at the Lightning. I love a good one-on-one. What else we got here? I didn't say it was sus grouper lips.
As far as
No brain chip for me yet.
Macho, can you help me with something? Oh.
Dark Match Wiener, is it sus? I don't want my wife getting mad. Thanks, Bronx. Appreciate it, man. Trying to catch back on chat. I'm on Rumble right now, everybody. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do, Ringo. I know Gator. She can shake people down with my family. It's, I mean, she knows about 20's the limit with them. Yeah, Bubba does like my mom, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna be here. What's up, Ned's Left Testy, Grouper Lips?
I think you have to be there.
I'm gonna find out. Thanks, NC Surf, man. I appreciate that. Steven, Snizza, Glowbug. I love the interview, guys. I love Brent. I like doing one-on-one stuff. So he said he had fun. He's like, I'll do this anytime. So, what is your card website? What is your I don't have a card website, Jay Gator. I got an Instagram where I post my cards called A Nice Pull Kush. That's just where I post some of the stuff that I get. What's up, EWP? Yeah, Matthew, Brent wouldn't tell me what he was doing for work, and it scared me, but he told me afterwards, and he's just working a regular job, so he's happy. I didn't know what the hell he was up to. What's up, Bright Farm? Oh, I know, Pedro, I know.
Macho, can you help me with something?
Macho?
I didn't know why my internet wasn't playing, and I feel like it's one of these buttons, and I don't know which one I don't want to fuck around and find out.
Thanks, Stumpy. I went back and saw your message from the start of the show today. I appreciate that. Guys helped get over. I did not. Bright Farm. I'm going to check with everybody today if the packages.
Yeah, I was playing.
The packages came in yesterday. I'll go back and see what they got.
Probably one of these, but I didn't know which one it was.
Did you make it out to me, or did you make it out to who'd you make it out to? Bright Farm, so I know. They won't let me touch shit that's not made out to me.
No, I mean I played it on.
Thanks, radio. I appreciate it, man. There's some guy on Twitter last night that said my energy doesn't match the show, and I'm nails on a chalkboard. And then I retweeted him, and he's like, "Hey, man, thanks for being a good sport." And I was like, "Yeah, you hate me. What am I supposed to do? Get you to like me?" And then he's like, "Yeah, if you can just tone it down, though, that'd be great." I was like, "You can jerk off, tone it down."
Why wasn't it working before?
The volume was down on the Q speaker.
But if you guys haven't listened, go check it out with Brent.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to play that video on the air. Not that I needed the sound.
Yeah.
But I was just confused because I wasn't getting any sound.
Well, it should work now.
Okay.
2,000 download Willies.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm on it, Dark Match Anthony Weiner. Just my wife is like, if it's not YouTube TV, she thinks we're gonna get arrested. Told that bitch to settle down and wash my sheets.
That's right, Marshall. Just throw up sheets and fucking hook up that Amazon stick. Don't fucking question.
Who's a Democrat? I don't think Brent's a Democrat. Brent feels
He's a
like
libertarian.
Brent feels very in the middle, just from talking to him.
Well, if you ask him, he says he's a libertarian.
I didn't ask him that.
What the hell are you doing?
Strap yourself in. The emotional roller coaster is about to start.
We will give nothing back to the academic community, as well as provide no public service of any kind.
I promise you. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Trying to get it together here. I don't know if it's working. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I don't know. I'm dropping mouses, mice. I don't even know if that's what you call it. Getting phlegmy all of a sudden in segment 2.
It's funny because I went for a walk with my daughter last night, and it was kind of dark, and she goes, "Is that a mouse?" And then she got close. She's like, "No," and I was like, "Well, maybe it could have been a rat." And then she goes, "What's a rat?" And I was like, "It's just a dirty mouse." I didn't know how to explain it to her.
I think that's a pretty good way of
Is
doing
it okay?
it.
Just, but sometimes you get asked the questions
Same but different.
you don't have answers to, so I just called her a rat a dirty mouse.
Now she's just gonna think it's a mouse with mud on it.
I don't know. Look, man, I don't know. She's like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "It rolls around in the dirt." I was like, "It's just not." I was like, "They invade your home. They eat stuff. They die in there. They pee in your walls." I was like, "It's not good."
Well, it's a different species, but it's close.
Oh,
it's close. They're bigger. They got those fat, gross tails, and I just feel like they are a sign of filth, though. That's usually where they live, in the sewers, and they're
and attics. I mean, they're all in St. Pete. I mean, they're all those older houses. They're all we had one. We had a infestation.
We did too. Glad you weren't here for it. You would have been freaking out.
I freaked out during mine, dude. I mean,
well, imagine coming to work and hearing.
We had a lot.
Oh, you had them here.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
it's bad.
In engineering, they would run back and forth. Rhett would listen to him about.
You could hear him blasting.
Yeah.
You could what?
Yeah, and then they would die in the vents, and then you could smell the dead bodies.
That's where the rats. When they start.
Sorry.
No, when they die or when they start going to the bathroom, and I mean it's just like the smell just doesn't go away. So
yeah, it was a pretty bad smell. But honestly, I don't know if you were here for this or if you remember this, but this was close to when I first started. Probably the worst smell I've ever experienced here was when Decap blew up the bathroom. Do you guys remember that?
I was here for that. I did not. Luckily, Bubba let us in the studio earlier back then, so I was able to camp out here.
Oh, dude, we were looking for dead raccoons.
Only Rhett was. Rhett had to sit out there with him So he
Oh
was the only
my
one who
God.
smelled it at the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I walked into the room and I was just like, oh, and I just remember people were like, dude, we're looking for it. Like, we're trying to figure out what's causing this. And then it just comes to find out that Decap had to take a deuce.
Man, it was next
level.
Bubba's giving some weird guys a chance, but that's why we're all here too. So, I mean, God bless him.
Is he paralyzed or something?
Yeah, supposedly.
Decap, not Bubba.
Supposedly? What is that? Wait, yes or no? It's a yes or no answer,
Well,
Lovey.
he's been known to be a grifter in the past, so
Yeah, I mean,
we don't know if this is all a big ruse.
I mean, I guess he can't move his legs or he can't walk.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's supposed to be sad. You sound like, nonchalant about it.
We're just not so sure.
Mike's off. He was going to tell
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Brett?
Oh.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just talking about Decap. Yeah, when he did that, and then he blamed everybody else but him.
Yeah, he did. And then it was like we had to do a Lummy Investigates and then break it down, minute by minute. And turns out he just took a giant dump. But it was it didn't smell like a dump. It smelled like a dead animal. Like, it was next level.
Oh, man. Please be more courteous
it was pretty
of your
cool.
friends and coworkers.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not how we make friends.
Yeah.
As promised, we're gonna talk. It's gonna be a little bit heavy on the sports today, and I hope that that's okay with everyone because I found a way to merge two of our interests, which are sports and conspiracy theories. And Vivek Ramaswamy is back, and he is saying that actually the Super Bowl is rigged for the Chiefs to set the stage for Taylor Swift's Biden endorsement. So although Taylor Swift hasn't yet been tapped to endorse Biden, or maybe she has and she hasn't accepted it yet, it seems to be the case that the Chiefs just keep on winning so that when they win the Super Bowl, there's just going to be a big, big, big commercial and advertisement for Taylor Swift to say, I endorse Biden. Get up, get out of your chair, go to the polls and vote for my guy.
Just on the surface, can anybody see how stupid this is? When you have smart people that are saying the dumbest things.
So you don't think this is true?
Anna.
Come on.
And
what?
Listen, I said, like,
what?
Dr. Dan,
crazier things have happened, no?
I know Dr. Dan's been in the last couple of days talking about it's rigged. I said I'm open to it if I can see some proof other than you just telling me that, Patrick Mahomes gets certain calls. I don't think that it's rigged. And if they think it's rigged for a Taylor...
I want to believe it's rigged.
For a Taylor Swift presidential endorsement... Oh my God! Didn't people say this guy was smart, Ramaswamy?
Yeah, that's why
he likes throwing crazy stuff out.
I'm a little disappointed in this comment.
Yeah, really?
It's so,
that you don't think that there's any chance that this is all because he's trying to. You don't think that the NFL's in cahoots with the government at all, and that dirty deals are being done behind closed doors?
And what's Taylor Swift's doing? That she is part of this. That the Chiefs were going to help go. The Chiefs were going to go to the Super Bowl. She was going to become even more of a topic of conversation and even get elevated even more. And then she was going to throw her support to Joe Biden, and it was going to be so overwhelming that he's going to win the next election.
I don't know. It's a possibility.
Because of the influence she has over 12-year-old girls.
And why turning away every single NFL football male fan? I mean, they're not going to listen to Taylor Swift and vote, how she's
Well, then why,
vote.
if it's not the case that celebrities do have sway and do have influence in elections, then why would they be vying to get these endorsements so
That's
much?
That's them, Anna. They're desperate. I mean, who wouldn't be? I mean,
and I'm not just saying the Democrats. I mean, both parties do this.
If you sat down and they're like, hey, you're running for president. Who would you like to endorse you? I'd go, all right, I like, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Mark Cuban, Elon Musk. I mean, I'm going to name every single, famous person or person that has money to endorse me. I mean, I could see people lining up, but I just don't think that even if Taylor Swift got on and did a 30-minute special sitting down on Grandpa Joe Biden's lap and, kissing him and finding out what his plans were for the country, I don't think that would have any impact. I just think that her demographic is not...
But her demographic isn't just little girls.
But it's moms, and the moms are not going to be swayed by Taylor Swift.
I think you would be surprised at how dumb people are and how easily they are persuaded. I'm not saying that they're like rah-rah Trump supporters and then all of a sudden they're voting for Biden. I think it's more like they don't care and they're not going to vote, but then they're like, if Taylor Swift thinks, I think it's crazy, like you. I wouldn't be swayed by a celebrity telling me to do something, but I feel like a lot of people are sheep and that they would go for this. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
No, I mean, there might be some, parts in middle America where it's just like, oh man, I love that Taylor and everything she stands for, and I don't really watch the news, and if she says, it's Biden, then this family's voting for Biden. It's very possible, but again, I don't know if there's ever been a study, but I just feel like celebrity endorsements, I don't know if they've make that big.
Do you think they have any influence at all? Like when everyone was going on Ozempic, say, and it was like this big thing. I mean, people started doing Ozempic because they were doing what the celebrities were doing. I mean, they are trend setters.
Yeah, but they also saw results, and people want to look like the celebrity. So when they see them doing Ozempic, they're like, oh, they can drop 20 pounds in a month? I can do that.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, if Taylor Swift is saying, listen, this is the guy to vote for because he's for, aren't you for what I'm for, free love and, accepting everyone into this country and being a nice person and not being mean on Twitter, then I think that we need to make sure that we have this guy in the White House because he's going to get those things accomplished or whatever. I don't know why. Here's the thing. Celebrities have influence. I think that's undeniable. Whether you're trying to push a product or a politician or whatever, people want people who have a lot of influence and say to be on their team because they have a big audience. And unfortunately, people listen to them in areas where they really don't have any expertise at all.
How much do you think Oprah Winfrey, whatever, how you say your name, helped the Obamas? Do you think
quite a bit?
All right, let's
really?
Can I
don't
guess?
think so?
Wait.
What do you mean? Do you mean financially or you mean like influentially?
No, influentially.
I think she helped them a lot. Did she not?
Wait, is this
No, that's what I'm asking. Is
it a scientific study, or they just are kind of like how much or what the actual?
I mean, it's hard to measure influence, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm saying, like, do you think Oprah had just a big impact if Taylor came out for Biden?
Oprah?
Yeah.
Does Oprah have the swing that Taylor has? Probably not. Probably not, because I feel like we talked about yesterday, the whole world is obsessed with Taylor Swift. She's got so many eyes on her at any given time. And again, I know you're saying, like, why would 12-year-olds go? They can't vote. I know that, but I'm saying that a lot of her fans aren't that age. A lot of her fans are my age, millennials and younger.
How old is Taylor Swift?
34.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
89.
Yeah, people. I saw something last night that goes, why would a middle-aged woman want to be with, or why would the guy want to be with a middle-aged woman who's always on tour, who's broken up with so many boyfriends, and then they called Travis Kelce gay. So I mean, now we're really taking this to a whole nother level here, where they're saying Kelce's gay because who would want to be with Taylor Swift? So it's just
what?
Yes, that's what I'm reading in the middle of the night, Lubby, after I get done throwing up. Is I'm seeing all these things. I mean, look, it doesn't matter. You can't run from it. Taylor Swift's the biggest topic, whether you're watching sports, whether it's pop culture stuff, whatever.
Politics.
You can't outrun it. Like, she's the biggest. Like, I talked to Brett yesterday. Like,
Can't escape it.
you can't argue. She's the biggest star in the world, so she will be on TV, and she is not running on the field and kicking the ball. She's not catching passes from Patrick Mahomes. She's just watching her boyfriend enjoy what he loves to do and be happy, and she's hanging out with her friends having a great time. I love it.
I feel like people have been swayed by less. Like, I could see if they're like, if Biden wins, she would perform at the inauguration. I'm not even kidding. And people are like, oh, I want to see that. I'll vote for Taylor Swift because I don't care. It's, if they're just like, both candidates suck, I'll just vote for the one that's going to give me the concert with the people that I want to watch in it. Then you would vote for that. I'm telling you, people are insane and they have no lives and they will vote for the stupidest reasons.
Okay.
And I think that is a good enough reason for some people, unfortunately.
Then in November, let's send Colton.
Okay.
Or somebody
to
the,
DC.
You can't interview people I know when they're like about to vote or something, but maybe he can be like, hey, did Taylor Swift have any influence over who you're voting for today? If she ever does come out and endorse them, which again, my prediction, which I know nothing about politics, I say she doesn't do it this year.
She doesn't endorse anybody.
I don't
think that
so.
would be probably smart on her end. She doesn't want to divide her fan base, even though she's from last time.
She's coming off the tour where, I mean, she's made billions of dollars, and now she's in Asia, finishing up the tour, and she's got all this stuff going with Kelce, and now, I mean, I'm sure she wants to stay out of the limelight, once the whole season's over, because it's been a whole thing, for the last 4 or 5 months about Taylor Swift. So I just don't know if she dips her toe to the political game anymore. That's my guess, man.
It would be smart to stay out of it.
Yeah, it certainly would. You definitely don't want to divide your fan base. Some of the people that I follow that are the most successful on Instagram never talk about politics. And that is I feel like the smartest move you can make. And when things do come out that people push them to make a statement, they make the most bland, we're in favor of lives, just everyone being okay, thoughts and prayers, and then they move on and everyone loves them and no one knows what they think about anything, and I think that's the best way to conduct
What
business.
do you mean the people understand, like the sluts in bathing suits who just post little winky face captions, like they don't get political, or other people that keep their clothes on?
There's people that are kind of like that. They're like fitness influencers, but they have their own apparel brands. Okay, so they're pushing like multi-million-dollar businesses every single day about either a new workout app or sports apparel, what do they call it? Alpha leisure or whatever, that sort of stuff. And these people never talk about politics ever. It is not something that they do. And I think it's great because they just are like, listen, I just do sportswear. Don't ask me about anything. I don't want to divide my fan base. Business is good. Why would I want to divide that in half?
That's how it should be. But also, if I got on Twitter right now and I was like, man, I love Travis Kelce. What a stud. Best tight end ever. I'm going, oh, you like Biden because Big Pharma because he's got the vaccine. He's got 10 vaccines.
That's a possibility.
Let's get a booster.
That's a possibility.
I just like watching the guy ball up, so.
One of the best tight ends in the history of NFL.
Yeah.
Hello, who's this?
This is Ross.
Ross, what's going on?
Yes. I wanted to comment on your Taylor Swift conspiracy.
It's not mine, by the way. It's Vivek Ramaswamy's. I'm just throwing it out there.
He dropped out of the race.
No, I got you. But you're not completely off base. I actually teach AP government.
What grade is that?
Years ago, mainly seniors. Some high schools do it freshman year.
So
but
these kids can vote. I mean, some of them, right?
Yes.
They're 18. Okay.
When they take the big AP test for college credit at the end of the semester.
Yeah.
They have to do a bunch of different writing assignments or writing prompts, and one of them a couple years ago was actually on Taylor Swift, coming out that again she was going to start sharing her political views.
Interesting.
And that year, and it was about the social impact of her making that announcement. And now at that point, she was just throwing her support behind politicians, and I think Tennessee, if I remember right.
Yes.
And there was a massive new voter registration turnout within a 48-hour window from predominantly her fans' age groups.
So you're saying that there's a potential that I could be right about this one?
I mean, yeah, it's not too. To be honest with you.
I mean, that's evidence right there, folks. I don't know what else you need. Obviously, it works. That's why the government officials, politicians, right, left, whatever, are vying for people who have influence to get on their side. It makes sense because dum-dums like that are going to go vote for her or for him because of her.
People really are like. It's not that they're dumb. It's just like Americans are. I hate to say it, as a whole, ridiculously lazy.
Yeah.
We want to be told what to do instead of thinking for ourselves.
Right.
But to build off of that and into your second point, I think that, if I remember correctly, that text from Taylor Swift about her online posts and views was followed directly by a quote from Michael Jordan when asked, when he was obviously still in the game, why he didn't speak out more on race issues in America. And his famous line was, "Republicans buy shoes too." So, I mean, it's this idea of, and I think the question was on, like, what should the impact of celebrity be on political influence? But either way, I mean, both can be true. I don't know if there's a conspiracy theory to get her in front of the camera right at the Chiefs win, but it wouldn't surprise me. But people are going to be dumb enough to follow whatever they see on TV.
And I think that's what it is. It's not that they're dumb; it's just that they're lazy. And I know a lot of people like that who just don't want to do like the heavy lifting of researching stuff. I get this all the time because I like sports, nutrition, not sports and that sense, but like exercise, nutrition, things like that. People don't like to go figure out what's healthy, what's not healthy. They would much rather pay. I know plenty of people that would much rather pay someone $1,200 for 3 months just to tell them exactly what to do, so that they don't. Because I'm like, go on YouTube. I had a close friend of mine, and she was just like, I don't even know where to get started, what exercises to do. I'm like, go on YouTube. Everything is free. You can learn everything. It takes some time, but do that. And she's like, nah. And she went and paid almost like $1,500 for a virtual coach for 3 months to tell her everything to eat, workouts to do, because she just didn't want to do that work. Now, as a Jew, that was offensive to me. I'm like, you could have saved that money. But, people are lazy.
mean, it's rampant. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the core American trait nowadays, unfortunately. So I feel
like we can't just blame Americans, though. I feel like maybe it's more of a generational thing than an American thing. Is that maybe unfair to say?
I mean,
it's hard to say because we don't know, but go ahead.
Yeah, there's definitely a cultural component to it. Whether it's how our society is set up that encourages people to be that way, whether it's technology, whether it's generational, maybe it's a combo of all three. I don't know. But
Ross, this was very insightful.
Back on idiotic celebrities.
Yes, thank you. All
right, so
Thank you, Ross.
There's two different things going on here.
Yes.
The first part's ridiculous.
Okay.
Where it's Vivek Ramaswamy is saying that the NFL's rigged for Taylor Swift's political endorsement. Now, if you want to talk about Taylor Swift possibly endorsing Biden, that's a whole other conversation. But her and that has nothing to do with the Chiefs or being rigged or anything of that nature. If the NFL is rigged, they want the Chiefs in the Super Bowl because they have the best quarterback in the league who is there in the middle of a dynasty right now.
Yeah.
A lot of household names. And yeah, Taylor Swift doesn't hurt at all, but I don't see how in the middle of the season the NFL gets together and goes, oh, wait, she's dating Taylor Swift. We got to make sure that we get the Chiefs.
Switch this
we
up.
got to get them all the way to the Super Bowl, and we got to get them to win the Super Bowl, too. So someone's got to go tell San Francisco that they got to lay down because we need Taylor Swift to endorse Joe Biden.
Yep.
Listen, I like myself a good conspiracy theory. I don't know if this is true. I don't know. I feel like crazier things have happened. Things have been rigged before in the past. But I think you're probably right. They're probably just taking advantage of an opportunity they see, right? Like, oh, Taylor's there. That's great. Let's really push to try to get her to endorse the Biden team.
And look, here are the rumors before all of this. They months ago were that they asked Taylor Swift to do the halftime show, and she said no. So they went and got Usher. So, I mean, the NFL has been trying to get Taylor Swift involved with them for some time. Now they got it where they don't even have to give her anything. She just showed up to the game, and they get all that extra juice. So, yeah, they're going to run with it.
Did they really try to get her for this following year?
I heard that they tried to get her for the halftime show this year.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, and she said no.
But this is obviously probably before she was even dating Travis.
Oh, yeah,
Kelce, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Long before.
Yeah, but there's the halftime show is not. It's not. She's actually above that.
Which is
don't worry.
insane.
They got Usher.
I like Usher, even if he has genital herpes. That's
what?
cool.
When Usher takes his shirt off, I'm covering my wife's eyes. That's just ridiculous. I don't need any shirtless men up there this year.
Does he really have herpes?
Yeah. A woman came out a few years ago and was like, Usher gave me herpes. And I think that she came out anonymously, which is even worse because she didn't want people to know she had herpes.
Who doesn't have herpes, though? Everybody's got...
Raising my hand slowly.
Never mind. Never mind.
He has of the genital variety.
Okay,
I understand
genitals,
people get cold sores because
Yes.
they were kissed by disgusting adults as infants, okay?
Yes, okay.
But yeah, me and Lummy both raised our hands.
Sorry, that's what I'm with you guys, too. I have nothing on the genitals, but, I got the cold sores, and all that stuff. Herpes simplex 2, I believe it's called.
Yeah. No, but he's got the genital variety. I don't know, Lummy, if you want to look that up and double check.
Wait, does that mean you have sores on your ween?
Not all the time, just when you have an outbreak.
Dude, that's
Get
weird.
Valtrex, bro.
Dude, they gotta shut up. Get Usher out of there, man.
Why?
I don't want anybody with genitalia warts, performing in front of my family.
You're not gonna see his ween. Don't worry.
You don't know, Anna. He could be wearing very thin pants.
Yes, it's true.
You know these dancers are.
He's probably insecure about his genital warts, Seth. He probably doesn't want them popping out of his
Not
pants.
the way that man moves. He's not insecure about anything.
Yeah, that's
You
probably
still think
true.
he's scoring the ladies, even though everyone knows he has herpes now, I guess?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they don't care.
No way.
They don't care. Celebrity goes a long way with Biden, with Taylor Swift, and with Usher and his herpes. It doesn't matter.
Would you not hook up with Kim Kardashian because she had crabs?
Well, crabs you can get rid of, yeah.
Okay.
Herpes is forever.
Jeez, okay, fine. Would you hook up with, I don't know, Kim Kardashian, Taylor Swift, whomever, because they had Megan Fox? She had crabs? I mean, she had herpes?
Herpes.
Sorry, I'm crabs on the mind. Would you hook up with her?
I would wear
no Jimmy hat.
Oh.
Free balling.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
What about
Is
you,
it a big
Seth?
payday?
Yeah.
Is it a big payday?
No, it's Megan Fox.
You just get to have sex with a hot chick.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
You need to get paid on top of that.
Yeah, really, let me. Anna, I will do it for free, and I will. Yes, of course. Who cares if I do? Do you definitely get the herpes if you do it?
I think it's only when they have an outbreak.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what if you got like a sneaky one somewhere, between a lip that you can't see? I don't know.
If there's some sort of cream Dr. Dan could provide me to make sure that my Johnson was healed shortly after, I would definitely go through with it.
It's gross.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's true.
Who is this? Who's this?
It looks like the lady got $20 million from the Usher case.
Did she come? She was anonymous, right? Or did she come out and say, "My name is Bertha Jones"? I feel like she was anonymous.
It's anonymous.
Yeah, a little bitch.
$20 million for herpes?
Yeah, man. Herpes is for life. Hello, who's this?
Hey, guys. Mike from Naples.
What's up, Mike from Naples with the hot daughter, right?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You guys doing a great job this week, first off. And I'm not one of the conspiracy guys thinking the NFL's rigged, but the guys who watch the game, Lummy, Seth, Rhett.
Everyone but me. Go on.
Think if the roles were reversed in that last play and the Chiefs were going down, they wouldn't have called the pass interference when they practically shoved the receiver to the ground and there was no call made in the end zone.
Are you talking about when he threw it in the triple to quadruple coverage?
You know what?
That one? Oh, I'm asking, is that...
And his hands were all over him.
Sir, I would ask you about Zay Flowers fumbling the ball at the goal line.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, I don't know what the NFL had to do with Zay Flowers coughing the ball up at the 1 yard line when they would have been right back in that game if they didn't have that turnover.
Yeah. How much did they pay Zay Flowers to fumble it?
Yeah, I get one play here, everything catches up to you and can change the game. But I'm saying, like you guys were saying the other day, pass interference, or Dan was, interference flags can be tossed on just about any play. And two of the last plays, they could have been called. And I believe if it was the Chiefs in that situation, it would have been called in a heartbeat.
Well, you know what? The champions get the benefit of the doubt. I mean, Michael Jordan used to get the benefit of the doubt. That's where Patrick Mahomes is right now. Again, I don't know what the NFL is telling the referees when the Ravens are out there playing the game, making late hits, having stupid penalties, fumbling the ball, turnovers left and right. Lamar Jackson looks flat. I don't know what the NFL has to do with that as far as getting the Chiefs into the Super Bowl. But, again, that was Dr. Dan who believes the NFL scripted. I don't. Lummy doesn't. I don't know where Rhett comes out of it. So I understand your opinion. I just feel like there's...
I don't either. I thought that was a little... I just thought that was a little sketchy. I don't think it's rigged either. But I think you guys are doing a great job with that, Bubba. And
not too great, though.
I think...
right.
I don't want to say it, but...
Don't put us over too much, because then we get in trouble.
And a lot of other people think that, too, and are afraid to say it. But that's just my opinion. Have a great show.
Thank you.
What was he afraid to? I didn't hear what he said.
I don't know. Let's move on.
Oh, God, I'm scared.
We'll be back after this.
He's in need. The Love Sponge of serious psychotherapy. Bubba the Love Sponge.
Just pass interference, and honestly, until they decide to review it, which they should, it's just going to be a bang, 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 bang. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. It's just... What? I thought I heard someone screaming. No, you're good.
Oh.
Oh, you're on.
Sorry. All right, I think we're good now.
Yeah, taunting penalty, lots of stuff. I don't know, look, if you think it's rigged, I'm not going to try to change your mind at all. I'm just not. I need a little bit more proof than pass interference stuff, because that's been happening since the beginning of time.
You can call holding on offensive lineman every play.
I think that they should start reviewing pass interference.
I do too.
Maybe you get one PI challenge per game. I don't know.
Might as well start it that way.
I just think it alters the game too much, and it's something that I don't know. I see Zay Flowers fumble the ball at the 1 yard line. Like, how does this shit get planned?
Yeah, no shit. I'm looking at this pass interference, and it's like they're all looking at the ball. The guy just stops, and the ball is not.
Was that number 80 on the Ravens, Isaiah Likely? I feel like it wasn't really a catchable ball.
It wasn't. It was thrown super short.
If the BRN's rigged, nobody told me, but I think Bubba could pull the strings without having to tell any of us.
Army for life.
Man, I gotta tell you, man, for chat that always will, seem to really go against you whenever, but the chat seems to be on board with it not being rigged.
Oh, of course.
I mean, that's good to see.
GCSupply.com, good morning.
Yeah, that's right, Bama boy.
Well, right now it's probably just the Baltimore fans that say it's rigged.
Well, and all the idiots that just started watching football this weekend, 55 million people were watching those games. Yeah, don't you think Jerry Jones would talk to Roger Goodell about trying to, rig it for the Cowboys one year?
Yeah, no kidding.
Go Avalanche, baby, Ross Colton.
Jerry Jones would fucking probably suck his dick every day if he could just get another Super Bowl. It's been so long.
Oh, yeah, no, he'd suck dick for sure. Not rigged. There we go.
Don't find the door.
I mean, I've just been seeing shitty PI calls my whole life.
Welcome
Chad
to
is
my
rigged.
world. Just kidding.
What's up, Travis?
Baby.
I know NHL. I just don't follow it as much as I used to since I don't work for the Lightning. It's just, I was obsessed with it. I had to disconnect. Dude, I saw that Jay Gator, man. That's crazy. That's a really good little relic fabric card. Aaron Rodgers. I haven't seen those yet. Oh, Bucks Rams, yeah. Is that the Bert Emanuel thing? Yeah.
Yeah, they changed the whole rule the next year.
What did he trap it on the floor? Did he trap it?
Well, like he had it, yeah. And then,
It just hit the ground.
Yeah,
But he had
it didn't even move. The
But that's a
ball
catch
touched
now,
it.
right?
Yeah,
That's a
they
catch.
changed it the next year.
That's a good point, Kate Bizzle. They do need full-time referees, not like lawyers who want to go run around, on the field for 6 months a year. It's basically all like, rich guys.
Referee Fred's a real ref. He says officiating doesn't change. They call it the same way. He's an NFL and NCAA ref.
I think that referees could get persuaded possibly by a home team, like there's a call and then the crowd starts going wild, and then maybe the players say something, and then maybe you toss a flag, but they weren't at home at all.
It says referee Fred said they have some full-time refs to see if they get better, if they make better calls.
Well, it's true. Plus the people in New York, I'm sure they have all the professionals that are overseeing the replays and everything.
As I said, he caught the ball. The ball touched the ground when he was going down. It didn't move in his hands. Good morning, Stop It Go, Steve.
Yeah, send it to me, Jay Gator. That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Ooh.
I got a fucking sick-ass Andre Vasilevsky card coming. I'll show you guys. Got a good patch on it.
Is that the goalie for the Lightning?
Yeah.
Is he from Russia?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whew. Man, that first hour flew by.
You referee Fred, you're not a lawyer, are you?
Shit went downhill when Ed Hockley left, man. Now his son's in there. It wasn't ready to pass it down yet. The referees are going to be fucking holograms in 5 years anyways. You're going to be hologram refs on the field, and then the real refs are just going to be in the box just pressing a button to throw
a flag?
Throw a fake flag, yeah.
Just watching it on screen?
Yeah, because they're tired of getting yelled at by the players after every play, so... And then people can't use the refs as spit screens and picks when they running their crossing routes.
That's true. They just go through them.
I don't know, Kate Bizzle. From what I've heard, and I haven't studied them, I've heard a lot of the refs are like, you're like doctor. They're like people that don't need to make an NFL salary, to be a referee. They're already kind of in this spotlight.
The following presentation has been closed captioned.
Great visual. I may try that.
Welcome to the revolution.
It's a remarkable achievement.
His perception becomes your reality.
Check this out.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Welcome back. You are listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show. I'm not Bubba. He'll be back on Monday. Let's close out January strong. Please and thank you. We appreciate all the love, the financial love we've been receiving today. But you're going to want to hear this sound more. Cash App, PayPal. Please send us money. Super Chat, bits. We'll take it all. Just maybe not Venmo right now.
Drop a check off at the front gate of the BRN.
Cash money.
Yeah. Just tape it right there. We'll come out and get it.
Yes, thank you. Please and thank you. It is the last day of January, and we gotta get the units out, as Bubba says. So please, Cash App, PayPal at the Bubba Army. I did want to offer a congratulations to the Team USA, the skate team.
Oh.
Apparently they got a gold medal. Yes, the Winter Olympics were in 2022, but apparently we got a little bit of a late medal due to a disqualification. I don't know if you heard about this. I was very confused by the story because I'm like, how does this take 2 years to resolve? But apparently it does. Team USA says it's receiving an Olympic gold medal for a team skating event 2 years after the Winter Games. Team USA shared the news, blah, blah, blah. There was a Russian skater. A ban was announced by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Her ban is effective from December 21 when she failed the drug test ahead of the Olympics to 2025, and she's being stripped of any award she earned since late 2021. She tested positive for a banned drug, but the court ruled the then 15-year-old could still compete. So it didn't really make any sense.
I was going to say it took that long for them to take her medals. I mean, does it feel... I don't know, never won anything, but does it feel the same if they give them to you 2 years later?
No, I feel like why would you be happy about it? You lost, and it didn't seem like it was really much of a PED. It was like she had some sort of heart condition, and she was taking medication for that, but it wasn't green-lit by the committee, so apparently it's a banned substance. And it took 2 years to determine that it actually was a DQ. So then all of a sudden she gets stripped of all of her medals and she won the gold in, where was the Winter Olympics?
Beijing.
They were in Beijing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it just said that, the Beijing Games. Yes. So she was stripped of that title, and then I guess the Americans got the runner-up becomes the gold, and so here we are. So congratulations to the skate team.
That's good.
Really bizarre stuff. I do like doping scandals. A good doping scandal is fun.
They're always the Olympic doping scandals are always minor. It's not like it's ever involves a whole country. It's only just one person that
Does
puts
it though?
I don't.
Did you ever watch Icarus? Did you see that documentary?
No.
The blood doping scandal of like the Tour de France cyclists and stuff. It's actually, dude. I know. I'm not kidding. If you like sports and scandals, it's great.
Well, let them. I mean, what's the problem? I'd say let those guys juice all day to the break of dawn.
Oh, they all do.
Yeah, they have
all
to.
Do. And it's weird. It's like this evolutionary arms race.
And they're override.
Am I not allowed to talk about that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it?
Does anyone second that?
I mean,
no. Macho's pissed about you crapping over his movie yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry, Macho. I'm sorry. It was
We got
good.
quite a few text messages yesterday that it's actually a great movie.
Okay, I apologize. The fight scene was a bit.
Oh, was that where the
little cheese ball? I'm sorry.
Was that where the movie where the chip controls you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that movie. I mean, that movie looked like it was it was a horror movie, and then it looked like it had some comedy aspects to it. To me, it really brought things up because I was terrified.
I was super terrified.
Then I saw the guy doing the moves, and I was like, "This is pretty cool."
So Macho's just getting back at me because I'm telling you to watch this other movie.
This documentary.
I like it.
I'm
second
sorry,
that.
Macho. I'm sorry. I do apologize, but check it out because it is good. And I have to admit, it is a little slow at the beginning, but it gets crazy. Like the amount of things that they have to do to like bypass the guards at night, and this whole like Russian doping scheme. It's really interesting. Switch out clean blood for dirty blood. So I don't know.
Just let everybody dope.
I suggest, I agree. Let it eat. I want to see some freaks. I want to see some people that can, bike at, 50 miles per hour for 6 days straight. Let them do it.
Who doesn't?
Fun.
Yeah, I don't want to see natural people. I'm a natural person. Put some stuff in your body and do something amazing.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that as well. And I feel like it should be like that with most sports. Maybe just have two different leagues, right? Like enhanced and not enhanced.
I think that works. I mean, honestly, right now with where We have, a lot of the trans community that's trying to, get into certain events right here. I say that's the debate right now. Let people dope, and now let's worry about where we put everybody else for where they want to compete.
Yeah. Let me ask you about this, because I really don't know too much about, sports in general, but when it comes to the football players, when I look at them, I understand that most of them are genetic phenoms, okay? That's why they're in the league to begin with. But also, I feel like a lot of that is not natural.
Mm-hmm.
Lummy is, Does that mean, and Rhett, your mic is on as well, I mean, what kind of testing are they doing? And is it just kind of like a well-known fact that they're all doping or taking PEDs to some degree, and they just know when to cycle on and when to cycle off?
Yeah, they know when to cycle on and off.
These guys are
because
freaks,
they know.
man.
Yeah, they know when the drug test until you get caught. And then you're good to go.
And how often does that happen? Because I feel like it's almost never. Like, you rarely hear about, doping scandals in the NFL, but I look at these guys and I go, none of these guys can be natural, I feel. Or at least many of them. Maybe the kicker is all natural, but other than that, these guys look like freaks.
What? I mean...
Am I wrong?
I don't. Maybe I've just been watching, muscular men my whole life. So, you know more about the body and all that stuff. But to me, when you got these guys that have been training, working out, lifting weights, a lot of them since they were middle school, high school, college, all the way through the NFL, getting ready before each season, I feel like there's a lot of work that goes into that. Now, do they top it off with something? It's possible, but I don't look at anybody in football and I go, that guy's juiced up. I just look at them like they're monsters, and that's their job, is to get their body in the best physical shape possible without getting suspended. Because the NFL, if they find you with a substance, they're not messing around. You're getting suspended.
In the NFL, if I had to guess, probably 15 to 20% of guys are probably doing something that they would get in trouble for, but you really don't hear about it very often.
I think it's more than that because you have such the off season. They don't test you in the off season. So I feel like everyone just gets huge.
Well,
in
that's
the
what they
off-season.
smoke. That's what they smoke weed too.
Yeah, they do both of that. I mean, because you see guys that just come back, and I know it's their job. But Steve Miller, 20 on the Cash App.
Thank you.
I feel like I've known people that, they do stuff. And they know when to cycle off. I mean, you make that much money that you cycle off of it.
you're probably, you can pay for the test beforehand to know if you're going to pass fail,
Yeah.
and they're monitored probably pretty closely. The reason why I feel like I think I know is that I follow a lot of bodybuilding, Seth.
Yes.
And not that I understand that there's a huge difference between, football players and bodybuilders, but I kind of know what a natural and a not natural body kind of looks like.
Is macho natural?
Yeah, of
Come
course.
on.
How dare you? Where's the button?
No, I know
How
he is.
dare
I just want to see what you thought.
Yes, he's all natural.
I don't doubt it for a second. I just he's the only bumpy man that I know.
I mean, he's just on whey protein and pre-workout.
But
Leave him alone.
But I'm saying, if I saw him on a football field, I wouldn't go, "Oh, that guy's doing steroids."
Exactly, and he's not at all. I just feel
I feel like maybe something's going on here.
Nothing.
Is he having your gelatin protein?
Seth override. No, he's not doing anything.
I'm sorry,
at
Macho.
all.
I love you. I didn't mean to call out anything.
And let me ask you this, and I guess I'm posing this maybe more to Lummy and maybe Rhett, but I feel like the unique pairings of the talents of the people of the NFL. So, for example, maybe they could get that big naturally, but can they get that big and also be that fast? You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of those things that you see are where, you might have performance-enhancing drugs at play. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's definitely not the landscape it used to be. If you look at Tony Mandarich coming into the NFL, it was more than obvious that he was going to get, flagged for anything. But I do think there is a much bigger percentage of the NFL now that's just these big guys are getting more and more athletic as time goes on.
They really, they're becoming. They're becoming genetic freaks. There's a few guys in the NFL that you just marvel at, like DK Metcalf and certain guys. You go, this just isn't real.
There's a kid I went to high school with. He was a 5-star defensive end prospect his junior year, and IMG Academy took him away from us. They gave him a scholarship, took him away, set him up to go to college. Well, at the time they took him, he was 6'5", 270
Damn.
in 11th grade.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there's more and more guys like that across the country, and you also got to think that the amount of football players across the country who make it to the NFL from college, less than 5%. I think less than 1% of the nation's, all of the college football players in the NCAA make the NFL. It's a very, very exclusive group.
You know how in China they breed people so that they can have like future Olympic athletes for whatever sport.
Yeah, we just have athletic schools over here that do that.
Okay, I was like, do you think that they do that here as well, where they push people to kind of like to breed so you can get the next generation of athletes?
But they also put them on
For
things.
real?
They put them on things. I mean,
what do you mean on things?
Like regiments?
Yeah, and PEDs. I mean, you can say that they're not on steroids, but there's other things besides steroids.
I understand.
I mean, there was an NFL player, I can't remember his name, I think he was from the Falcons, that testified in front of the Congress that said, I think he said like 80% of offensive linemen take steroids, which I totally see. Because they all regiment. I mean, even in college, they all know how to get away with it. And college is even easier. So once you get those gains, even like Tony Mandarich said, he didn't know how to kind of, once he got into the NFL, how to like, train. And then once he got off the steroids and out of football, he learned, because then he had like 2-3 year career. But these guys are knowing how to get
Work
that
the
edge.
system.
Yeah, and get that edge. And then, kind of cycle off of it, cycle back on it, and not just do straight steroids or, 365 days a year.
No, well, I don't think anyone, well, maybe I shouldn't say I don't know anyone who does that, but I feel like most people like cycle on, cycle off, have the post-cycle therapy and stuff. And they also, like you said, know when they have to test clean. I feel like that's kind of has been an issue in even the UFC and especially in jiu-jitsu. I hear that now everyone, not, normal people, but people who are competing at that really, really high level, like Gordon Ryan, have been known to take stuff. And it's just kind of this underwritten rule that's just what the people do. And if you want to be competitive, that's just kind of the stuff you have to do. So
I'm all for people taking steroids. Yeah, there we go.
I want to see some freaks.
There's more players in the NFL nowadays getting suspended for gambling than there is PEDs.
Really?
By a million.
Even if they're gambling on basketball or something else?
Yep. Yeah, one of my high school teammates was the poster boy for the gambling scandal that went down last year. Isaiah Rodgers lost his job.
Why can't you gamble?
Yeah. He ended up getting signed by the Eagles. It's just against the rules.
No, I mean, but gambling, like my bookie gambling or or even if you're gambling for a different sport.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, if you I believe the rule is that if you are on team business, so like let's say that we've got a game in San Francisco, okay? We're in the hotel Saturday night.
We're football players?
Yeah, we're football players. And then we want to go we got a basketball game on or a college football game on. We want to go place a bet. What's the big deal? We can't because we're on NFL time. Despite us being in a hotel, despite us have nothing going on, despite it being not professional football or our games, we can't even bet while we're like on the NFL clock. So
what if you're not on the clock? What if it's in the off season?
It doesn't matter. You're still under contract.
They'll get you. There's rules are put in. I mean, most of the time, the best thing is to maybe have somebody kind of place a bet for you if you really need to do it. But the way that they've cracked down on the rules where you can't bet on anything is, I think it's a little extreme.
Well, that's what Isaiah was doing, was having other people place the bets for him on a secondary account. Now, the latest news came out this week.
One addict.
LSU star football player Kayshon Boutte is accused of illegally betting online while underage. And the best part is that his FanDuel account was named Kayshon Boutte 7.
Yeah, he also gambled like 800 8,000. Like he put 8,600 bets in a matter of a year.
Is that because you're playing with NFL money, or is it because they think, or whatever? Is it because they think it's I forgot where I was going with that. Like just scandalous or what?
No, they just get addicted to it.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, they're just
it makes watching the game more fun.
Well, he bet on his own games too, didn't he?
Which one, the LSU kid?
Yeah.
I think he bet on 3 or 4 of the LSU games.
So he did place a wager on himself to record over 82.5 receiving yards and score a touchdown against Florida State on September 4th, 2022.
Yeah.
Overtime in both of his accounts, according to an affidavit. Boutte deposited over $132,000, won over $555,000, and withdrew over $50,000.
Okay, so that's how they get you, is when you start winning the money. I don't think anybody's losing a bunch of money and they're going to find you when you start making that money.
Well, yeah, but he's in college and he's making $550,000. I mean, you got to put some juice up for that one.
Well, when did NIL start? How long's that been going on?
Like 2 years.
Yeah, there you go. We got.
Let me ask you this. Are they also concerned that perhaps that like players could be in cahoots with other players? So like, hey, I'm a football player, but I also know someone who plays for the LSU basketball team, and if I tell him to do X, Y, and Z, during a game, maybe it's just a prop bet, then it's also like affecting the fairness of other games.
Of course.
Here's the fine line they're walking on. All of the money that they're getting from the fan duels and the sports books and the Hard Rock, all that money that the NFL is making, they're trying to, walk the line of accepting that money and being okay with gambling and making sure that their players are not doing anything to jeopardize the integrity of the game.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
At some point,
multifaceted.
At some point, they're going to have to give the players a little bit more leeway, I think, to bet on other sports or maybe even get to the point where other games that they're not involved in. But I don't know how you can stop it. I mean, you pick guys off every now and again, but I'm assuming there's still a lot of guys in the NFL that have figured out a way to place bets on games.
Yeah, but I think you're allowed in the offseason in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, to bet on other games, like other sports.
In the offseason, it's very popular.
I think I'll have to see if I can find an update, but I do think they recently changed the rules in the NFLPA agreement that allow a little bit more leniency in the offseason. I'll see if I can find it.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, betting steroids and weed in the offseason.
That's right. Yeah, because it looks like the 6 rules are: don't bet on the NFL, don't gamble at your team facility while traveling for road games or staying at a team hotel, don't have someone bet for you, don't share team inside information, don't enter a sports book during NFL playing season, so you can go into sports book after the NFL season, and don't play daily fantasy football.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the 6 rules right now.
Yeah, this is the latest from CBS Sports, just kind of echoing what Lummy said. During the regular season, NFL players are allowed to gamble on almost anything that does not involve the NFL.
Oh, that's new. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
When the 2 teams get to Vegas next week for the Super Bowl, they will not be allowed to gamble on anything. They cannot play casino games and they cannot bet on sports. There is simply no gambling
slots,
allowed.
No nothing.
Who's going to be the first one that they catch?
It's gonna be hard in Vegas.
TMZ catches in the casino.
Kadarius Toney.
I know, that's actually, you're probably right. Kadarius Toney, a backup quarterback. Someone's going to be down there at 3 a.m. just not knowing that TMZ's right in their face.
Yeah, especially in Vegas, man. It's going to be a good time. I did want to cover this because this story fascinates me. I think we talked about this maybe a couple weeks ago. But
Is this the OnlyFans girl?
Yes.
Yeah.
The OnlyFans model who murdered her boyfriend, stabbed him to death. Apparently there were many altercations that they had where the police were involved and they just kind of let it slip, I guess. OnlyFans model Courtney Clenny, parents have been arrested, alleged evidence tampering. I feel like I want to play some of this video, but I guess I could play this one. I don't think there's any swearing.
Who shot or who stabbed whom?
The girl killed her boyfriend. She is the OnlyFans model.
She should have said that she was high on weed. Would have got away with it.
She would have. All right, let's see if this
probation.
plays. Okay, so this is just after the murder. You can see a little bit of the aftermath of the murder with all the blood. Is that a little doggy?
Oh. Yeah. And do we know why she murdered him?
Because she's a crazy bitch.
Didn't she say that he used to abuse her and he was cheating on her or something?
Yeah, she was. I saw some videos where she seemed to be a little bit of the jealous type, but she was constantly hitting him and pushing him, and she knew that the camera was there, and she would like put it on for the camera.
Man, I'm starting to think all the OnlyFans girls don't have it all together. You
think?
Seeing these stories come out. There's a lot that are doing it that have good business sense, but man, it just seems like a lot of people that were just on their last leg. It's either do I go into the military or take off my clothes.
Spread them.
Yeah, now they're spreading them and killing boyfriends.
Honestly, the most shocking thing I found about this whole story is the fact that she has a father that's in her life. I'm like, how did that happen? Where you had a dad, I'm assuming a good relationship with your father, and then you end up on OnlyFans and killing your boyfriend. It's not the way that you would think it would.
What do you
pan
think
out.
as a father he's more disappointed in, the murder or the OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
I don't know. Is that what you're saying as a father?
Well,
if you had a daughter?
I'm asking myself that question right now, yeah.
Yeah, what would you say?
I'd probably say the OnlyFans more disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We all got a murderer in us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens from time to time.
But those videos are going to be just staying out there forever. Ever.
The parents of Courtney Clenny, the OnlyFans model who was charged with murdering her boyfriend, has been arrested themselves, both of them. Kim and Deborah, his name's Kim? Kim and Deborah were arrested at their Austin home Tuesday in connection with the murder case, and we're told it has something to do with the potential evidence tampering. I think it was regarding a laptop.
Oh, so her parents helped her out.
Yeah,
the
the allegation, from what we understand, boils down to a laptop that belonged to Courtney's late boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. I think he was like Nigerian or something.
Would Ashley support you if you murdered somebody, Lummy?
Of course, we're married.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. Like,
is that how marriage works?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if I feel like Phoebe would. I know my mom would help me. She would help me cover something up.
Really?
Oh God, in a heartbeat.
God,
Why?
I feel like my parents would too, and I don't
I feel like
know.
my parents and Ash. I think, I feel like
if you
I could probably
murder someone,
probably even call Bubba and he'd help
I
me
wouldn't
out.
do that.
Why? Yeah, you might know.
I know something that I can't really talk about. Dan, I'm gonna tell you what it is in the kitchen. Do you think this is okay? Let me kill somebody. Do you think probably great
He
content.
talks loud enough that the hot mic picks up.
Yeah, he sure does. He thinks he's got secrets for days, but I'm like, dude, you talk loud as hell. Bubba doesn't have a whispering mode.
I mean, I gotta be honest on. I mean, if it's a it's a boy and he kills somebody, I don't know. Maybe you go, you drive him, you turn him in. But if it's a woman and you start thinking what's gonna happen in jail, I'm gonna start to hide all the evidence. Set it on fire. Do what I gotta do.
There was a show about that a long time ago on I think it was NBC, but it was about this guy who got framed for murder. The big twist at the end is that it was his kid, so he ends up covering up all the evidence and going to jail himself.
Oh no!
Oh, he did it for the kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Seth, would you go to jail for
yes.
Little Thief? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Just to let her out to kill some more?
Yeah, as long as she was a Dexter type killer and only killed bad people. That's
nice.
Yeah, that's a good kind of
As long
killer.
as they had it coming.
Yeah. Not just regular friendly people. Sitting at the bus stop. Some real perverts.
I like it. We're told Courtney's dad, Kim, went back to their unit to clear out her stuff in the aftermath, and in the process, stumbled across the laptop, which we are told had not been impounded as evidence when police first went through the incident. Yeah, so if you can see, that's the aftermath there. Yeah, I feel like stabbing someone is really next level.
It seems kind of harmless. I mean, what them
harmless?
No. I'm sorry. Them taking the computer. The guy's murdered. They have her there at the scene. What's on the computer that they're covering up or they're tampering with?
You think he took those Jordans in that picture too?
Apparently not. They're right there. They got blood all over
I feel like
them.
everything's laid out there. I don't know what they need to see on her computer other than hoping that her OnlyFans is logged in. And
Well, that'd be super disturbing. But the sources say Courtney gave her father the password and he got in, but found nothing but a crypto exchange on the hard drive.
Okay.
I think he was just supposed to leave everything at the crime scene as is, and then just started taking stuff home.
Did
and
the
you're just not
crime
supposed
scene
to do that?
Did the crime scene messed up? Like, shouldn't they have taken the computer when they were there?
Maybe he got there before. I don't know, but he got his hands.
It says in the article that they already swept it and he went back. Where was it? Went back
Stumbled
to
across the laptop,
which had been impounded as evidence when police first went through after the incident.
Okay, so he just wasn't supposed to touch anything, I suppose.
They should have taken it.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, what was he there for?
I don't know.
What was he going to take?
I mean, I think once everything's there, once you leave a crime scene, I'm thinking, it's up for me to tamper with at that point.
Maybe it's just round one. I don't know, but he's in trouble. They're both arrested because you can't be tampering with that evidence, especially when your beautiful, lovely whore daughter is on OnlyFans killing her boyfriends. Can't be doing that.
What else are you going to do as a parent, though? I mean, what are you going to just tell your kid to go to jail? No. Tamper away.
Yeah. Did the sniper in Seminole Heights, was it?
Oh yeah.
Was it his parents were covering for him? Do I remember hearing that?
Yes.
Or they wanted to testify on his behalf and say that he didn't do it. But he did do it, didn't he?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, I'm still scared to go to Seminole Heights.
His parents wouldn't talk. They wouldn't. There was a lot of things that they were holding up against, as far as, putting like his whereabouts and everything like that. So I don't know. They were open to being charged with stuff back in the day. I don't know where that case is. I don't think he's been convicted yet.
I don't think he has either.
Might still be in jail.
Is that the guy they found at McDonald's?
Yeah, he was working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And what an idiot. He told his coworker to hold the gun.
He let everybody know.
Yeah, hey, can you hold this gun for me? I'll be back for it.
TRB.
This was a guy that walked around, an area in Tampa, a neighborhood, and would kill like 3 or 4 people over a couple weeks.
It was more. I think it was like 6.
Just shot people.
It was 4. It was 4 over 6 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just remember it kept happening, and I first moved here. I'm like, really, dude? I just moved here from Detroit. This is some BS.
That was.
The real target of the best right-wing conspiracy.
What the hell?
What the hell? What the?
Bubba the Love Sponge.
I've heard the word surreal, and that's all there is for it.
You see what JC sent?
Yeah.
That picture? That's fucking great. That looks like really real too. Like you look like a real Jewish man.
He did that quick too.
Oh shit, he did do that quick. He sent it at 7.
Yeah. We were talking about it like 10
Right
minutes
then.
before that.
He might have already had it ready to go. He might know what we're doing before that.
Or maybe he just took a picture from my Instagram. So.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, I dressed up like a Jewish man on the weekends.
Shut the fuck out of here. Dressed like a Jewish man on the weekends. Oh, man.
I got a human I can get out of the way if you want.
Yes.
I think I have to do both.
Okay. So you want to do one when we come back?
Sure. I gotta read the human. I haven't. What's Dan's specialty?
All right, you can do it. I believe in you.
Do it. If anyone else wants to do it.
No, you have to do it.
Rhett, do you want to do it?
Or if Brett wants to do it. I don't care who does it.
You do? Okay, well, you want to read? Brett said he'll do it.
Alright.
And then I'll just do BetterHelp. Since I've done that twice now. And maybe by Friday I'll have it flow. There it is, Rexies.
You have the paper for it?
Yeah. Will you just actually you take Dan's? Because I have like my little notes that I have.
Just let me know, so just the highlighted bits?
No, so you must read that one. This one right here. You must read verbatim. This one that's like see that it's the second line. You must read that one exactly. You must read that exactly. That's always at the end.
Okay, so just those two are the ones that I have to read.
Have to, and then obviously the personal endorsement, and then because usually the ending it's like 40,000 after it, and product features, things like that.
Are you scared to touch door handles like me?
What's that?
Are you scared to touch door handles like me?
No, I touch them, but I sanitize right after.
It's not gonna be a little over bad. Dan goes too much, but a little over bad.
Okay, cool.
Do you want to say turmeric? You got turmeric.
I got it.
All right.
Turmeric?
I say turmeric.
I say turmeric. I always
What
say
up,
whatever the fuck you want to say.
Morning.
Turmeric.
What's up, everybody?
Dan started saying turmeric, so then I started thinking I said it wrong, but I think
Turmeric.
it's turmeric. I know there's an R there, but
Shit, the Orioles sold for 1.7?
Yeah, they sold it to
crazy.
politician.
They'd be worth fucking a hell of a lot more next year when they fucking win. I mean, this is like the pinnacle of the rebuild.
I'm surprised that. Well, I mean, I guess when you get offered 1.7 billion and you only bought the team for like 250 million.
No, I get, yeah. I'm just saying, like the Orioles, I feel like are a franchise that could be worth a lot.
But the Angelos family's had them forever.
Yeah.
And they're getting rid of all those years of.
Oh, the suck in, yeah. All they had was Cal Ripken. Well, they were good for a couple years. I remember they played the Yankees in the
96.
Yeah.
95, 96. The little kid.
Jeffrey
that caught the
Mayer.
home run ball.
Yeah. What up, Lunger? Who the
Why do they wear crop tops?
Orioles have had some. They had Brady Anderson back in the day, who had 50 home runs because he was on the Juice.
1 year.
And then
96.
they had Chris Davis, who I think is still getting paid like $30 million a year. He was batting like 150. They finally just cut him because remember he hit like 40 or 50 a year, but he couldn't have an average. I don't know. I think I remember it correctly.
No, you're right. But he for a couple of years there, he was at like 270, 260.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then he fell off. He just completely fell off. What up, Chub Woody? I'm just on Rumble today, guys. Rumble in the Bumble. I don't mean to exclude YouTube at all or Twitch, but I'm just keeping my eye on this screen today. It gets, the double screened it yesterday. I was going crazy.
You know what? I was watching these old ones. I get in the YouTube vortex of home run derbies, and I saw Ryan Sandberg was in it, which now.
Well, that's a down year. Yeah, probably like 11 home runs that year at the break.
And then Cal Ripken won it in '91.
With how many?
I don't know, I saw it.
Like 10?
Let me see here.
Dude, he was. I mean, they got the. You know what the thing was? They had the superstar players in it. What's up, Big E?
Because Cal Ripken wasn't really known for home runs, but I mean, I guess he did a 431. How many did he hit? I just remember seeing it and then seeing it.
What is there not to like about the show? Bubba the Love Sponge.
You guys are awesome.
And I love the sponge.
The show's cool. It's real, man.
He makes me laugh my ass off every time I listen.
I'm a full trucker of fat, man, so it gets me through the day all the time.
Bubba the Love Sponge. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Bubba's out all week. He'll be back on Monday. Before we get into the next break, though, I believe we have some words from Rhett.
Did you know that February is Heart Health Month in the United States, and more than half of the population would still benefit from blood pressure support? Paired with a healthy lifestyle, the antioxidants in Super Beets are clinically shown to be nearly 2 times more effective at promoting normal blood pressure than a healthy lifestyle alone. And with over 40,000 5-star reviews and counting, people are raving about Super Beets Heart Chews. I try to take my Super Beets a couple times a week. I think Lummy takes his Super Beets just about every day.
Yep.
I believe Macho Man takes his Super Beets a couple times a week. Dr. Dan does as well. And I'd like to believe we all grew up to be big and strong, somewhat. Support your heart health with Super Beets Heart Chews. Get a free month supply of Super Beets Heart Chews on all bundles and a free full-size bag of turmeric chews valued at $25 with your order by going to BubbaLovesBeats.com. Once again, get this exclusive offer only at BubbaLovesBeats.com.
Great job, dude. That was great.
It really was, actually.
You read good.
Thanks.
You read
good.
You read
He
good.
went to broadcast school, okay?
He sure did.
They didn't think so at Cox. They never let me do that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I tried out a few times, and they told me I wasn't good at it.
There were tryouts?
Kind of.
For like traffic and other stuff like that?
Traffic, ad reads.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the lady's name. But
Mimi. Was it Mimi?
No, it
Shit,
was.
those dogs.
I worked closely with Anthony for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Who does 99.9% of their voiceover stuff. So they didn't really like the way that I do it, so they just went with him.
Was he the guy with the long hair that got promoted before everybody else? And they thought it was like a Hispanic, DEI sort of thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. 813-90-BUBBA if you'd like to call in and contribute to the conversation. I know Seth is really jazzed about this story, and so am I because I smell foul play.
Oh, this story
Something
blows
ain't
me
right.
away.
Something ain't right here, folks, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. Well, I mean, we're not, but we're going to try to. Go ahead.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by this because there's been no charges. And,
yet.
And this thing was so mysterious.
Yes.
And nothing's happened to this guy.
Well,
let's explain what this is.
Yes.
Not everyone can see the computer screen in front of us. But Chiefs fan found frozen to death in backyard was discovered in unusual position. So this is just kind of like an extension of the story about the 3 Chiefs fans that I guess were outside during they were watching it at a friend's house. And I think it was a total of 5 guys. One guy who owned the home, he's fine. He went inside and fell asleep and whatever. And 3 of his boys were outside hanging out or something. And I don't know if he just didn't check on them. He thought they went home. They got covered in snow. But 3 of them froze to death. And initially when the story came out, I was like, yeah, 3 people, fell asleep outside and froze to death. No big deal. Now we're kind of getting some more intel that there is probably some foul play. Maybe someone or 3 people. I feel like it's unlikely that 3 of them OD'd.
What? First of all,
fell asleep and then froze to death.
The story initially was that this guy went inside, that his friends were in the backyard for 2 days, and that the wives and the fiancés were reaching out to him. He saw the messages and didn't do anything. Like, that's where it's getting weird. Like, the guy didn't know that his buddies were in the backyard for days and they froze. I don't understand how. Now, I saw something last night to where when the cops got on the scene, they put the guy in handcuffs, the homeowner.
Yeah,
and then
I saw that.
Then they took him out of cuffs. So
let me see if I can find that. It's on TMZ.
How is this guy not?
I can send you though.
Okay.
How do you just can't just fall asleep and die.
Apparently you can.
He's like an HIV scientist too now. It's coming out.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a bizarre detail. I don't know why they threw that in there or if it's pertinent to the story. One of the Kansas City Chiefs fans found dead in an HIV scientist's backyard, so bizarre, was positioned on a lawn chair on the back porch and was not lying flat. One of the victim's brothers revealed as he slammed cops for failing to provide the grieving families with answers. So 3 people died. One was Ricky Johnson, 38, David Harrington, 37, and Clayton McGinney, 36, died in the backyard of a Missouri home on January 9th. So I guess they just told the family, like, hey, they froze to death. I don't think that they've gotten results from the toxicology report, which I think would be very telling to see if there's anything in their system, which I imagine that's what it was.
What?
I think they were trying to do some blow, actually did some fentanyl, passed out, OD'd, froze to death, and then now they're finding the bodies. I don't know.
But so you think all right, it's possible they all did fentanyl, they all did cocaine, they all
happens.
I guess they all die in the backyard, and the guy who owns the house, how big is his backyard to where he doesn't notice that there's 3 guys
right
that never
were they
left.
just covered in snow or
Well, I think he said he was passed out sleeping or his lawyer did, for 2 days.
Did you also see the story where his girlfriend came out and said he did not use drugs, and she personally believes he was murdered?
Yeah,
girlfriend's one of the people that died.
No, yeah. That her boyfriend would never do drugs.
Lori Cruz's boyfriend, David Harrington, 37, was one of the people found frozen.
Yeah, I'm hoping if I had an OD, Ashley would come out and say that
that you don't do drugs.
Yeah, he doesn't do drugs. Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it is. I don't know. You find it's not one guy. It's 3 guys that all died, and then initially you want to go, oh yeah, they froze, and you're like, well, no, that doesn't really make any sense. Like, oh, they all did drugs together and they died. And like, that sounds a little weird too. That's why this story is
not adding up.
It's not adding up.
No, it's not. And so the guy who owned the home, his name was Jordan Willis, okay? He claimed he spent the 48 hours between the game and when the bodies were discovered, quote, asleep on the couch next to a loud fan while wearing noise-canceling headphones,
right.
unaware of the flurry of calls and messages from loved ones trying to locate the missing men.
Come on.
Asleep on the couch for 48 hours?
Kevin Hazlett can come up with something better than that. I mean, that's oh, yeah, I fell asleep for 2 days with the headphones on and my phone was off, and I just decided I was going to just get off the grid right after my friends froze in the backyard.
It's very bizarre. Willis's lawyer said the man was asleep on the couch for 2 days while his friends' loved ones frantically tried to contact him. This case is 100% not being investigated as a homicide, Kansas City Police State, whatever said. I don't know. I don't think it adds up. I think we're going to start to find some stuff. I don't want to say that I hope that we find some drugs in their system, but at least that would give people some more answers.
Is there another option here besides, I mean, is it possible this guy killed them, his friends? Or because they're not ruling it a homicide, like they clearly have enough evidence to exonerate this guy.
Was there any? I know this is crazy, but I got gambling on the brain now because we were just talking about it last break. But do you think that there were any? He owed him money or something, and he didn't want to pay it, and he was like, "Man, I'll just."
That these guys owed him money?
No. That like he owed them money, like lost a bet or something, and didn't want to pay him out. And I don't know. People are crazy.
Go sit outside and freeze to death?
No, but I'm saying like spike their drink with something, and then they fall asleep, and then they freeze to death. I don't know.
Well, the fact that this guy's a scientist could tip you off that he, might know how to potentially kill people and make it look like.
He's an HIV scientist, and then he falls asleep on the couch for 48 hours in front of a loud fan with noise-canceling headphones, and also doesn't look at his phone for 2 days.
I hope they're able to break this guy down and get the real truth here, man, because I can't imagine as a family member. And look, this is all still going on. I mean, these guys were KC super fans. KC's in the Super Bowl. These families have to go and watch it with out these guys and everything. And this one guy, the HIV scientist, is just living his life with his noise canceling headphones. None of it makes any sense. None of it seems right. And I hope that they're able to get some answers here.
Yeah, and then isn't there a fifth friend? There is a fifth friend because I remember reading something about him last week. They didn't name him though, but he left and then came back and visited the guy who was on the couch or something, and then left again and just had no clue what was going on. It's very bizarre. I don't know. It's not adding up to me.
I don't know what I have. Again, that's why I like this story, because I have no idea how this all went down and how the guy who owns the home seems like he's almost the victim here.
Yeah.
Do you think he's having a Super Bowl party?
Probably not.
Well, I mean, the Chiefs are in it.
Yeah, they
now,
are.
Seth, would you go to that Super Bowl party?
Hell yeah.
And what if it was at this guy's house?
Yeah.
Not if you're going to freeze to death.
I mean, I'm only taking a seat inside, I'm doing outside viewing at all.
Don't drink anything they give you. Bring your own.
I'm bringing
BYOB.
everything. Oh, man.
Toxicology reports for the dead men are still pending, which will affirm or deny law enforcement's suspicions that they overdosed on drugs. I don't know. You'd think that they would just wait before they say, oh, it's not a homicide and it's not this and it's not that. It's why don't you just kind of wait until some stuff comes out?
3 guys die of drugs at the same time?
It's unlikely. I don't know. I smell foul play. This is just not adding up, especially with the fell asleep on the couch for 2 days with the fan and the headphones thing.
There's bodies in the backyard, man.
There's bodies, dude. There's bodies. Another weird story. Man stages a gunpoint robbery to impress his girlfriend and propose to her. I don't know if you guys saw this from yesterday, but I'll play a little bit of it. I believe this was in Ecuador? ? I think so.
I might have seen this or something like
this. That other Chiefs fan?
No. All right, so here's a little bit they're talking about here.
He could propose to his girlfriend. In the clip, filmed Saturday in Cali, Colombia, a red car is seen pulling up to an intersection when all of a sudden a pedestrian and a motorcycle pull up and block it.
Yeah.
This is a common...
and apparently this is a common way of carjacking
where
people.
6 people come up to you at a stoplight.
Carjacking throughout South America, and as you can imagine, can be very frightening. Then 2 of the so-called assailants approach the vehicle and command the occupants, a man and a woman, to get out of the car. Then 2 more men arrive on another motorcycle and join the apparent carjacking. So the petrified couple are subsequently
gets on his knee. We'll kind of skip ahead a little bit.
The robbery was actually all a ruse, and that it was actually an elaborate setup for a marriage proposal. The accomplices are
that's pretty romantic. I don't know where you guys come from, but
romantic.
Yeah, why not?
Dude, I'm horrified, man. And the fact that he knows people that can stage a carjacking.
I wish a real carjacking would have happened after that, and they would have stolen the ring.
They need to carjack that guy, man.
Yeah.
Or if the real people came and they just took the car while they're all outside of the car. Just drove away.
Hey, here's all the best men at the wedding. Remember these guys? They staged a carjacking. Here's them without their masks.
They had a gun to your head the whole time.
She's just isn't that Jimmy? What's going on?
I couldn't do that to anybody. But
especially to your hopefully future wife.
Yeah, but it's what is it, Colombia? They got a different sense of humor down there.
I suppose so. How did you propose to Phoebe?
I took her to Chicago, and then I proposed to her on the Chicago River. But I was really embarrassed because there was a lot of people walking by, so I didn't get down on one knee. I just was like, "Hey, you want to get married?" You
just whisper to her.
I was like, come on,
you didn't want people to start clapping.
I just wanted, there's already enough going on in the streets of Chicago, so I just wanted to, to try to kind of blend in. So yeah, it's like, do you want to, I said, you want to marry me? And then, she said yes. And
is she mad that you didn't get down on one knee? Is that like a point of contention?
Everybody's always said that I didn't do it the right way. But
no, I'm not one for tradition. I'm just asking.
I took her to Chicago, so I felt good about everything, and then went and ate Subway in the hotel and spent the next 4 days in Chicago, and I was very proud of it. I think I did a good job.
Awesome. You were young too, right? 20.
I was probably what am I now? I was probably 29. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's an appropriate age.
Nice.
Let me. How did you more? I feel like you guys made a decision or did you propose?
No, I proposed.
Proposed proper.
Yeah. We were out to dinner, and then we went out for a couple of drinks, and then when we got home, I did it in private because I didn't want Seth saying a lot of people around. So she came out of the bathroom, and I was on a knee and.
Yeah.
Out of the bathroom.
Came out of the bathroom.
Came out of the bathroom
after a shower, or
Dropping deuce?
Just dropping deuce. No. She came out of the shower.
Well, that makes sense because you gotta, you need some time away so you can get the ring, get all set up, and
she wasn't expecting it.
Boy, a home proposal. You don't hear about those too often. I mean, normally they're like gender reveals. They're out in the open. They're causing a scene. You got a photographer that's hiding in the bushes.
That's right. Nope, not me.
I hear a lot about home ones. Go ahead.
I feel like we're lucky we even got a ceremony with you and Ashley.
Oh, but the Sweet Lips Lou and his thumbs up in the shadow.
Listen, it was COVID time, okay?
That's fair. And that's where you guys met, so it kind of has some significance, not some random bar.
You guys get married on Skype? What happened, Lummy?
Yeah,
You didn't see it?
No, I was out of the mix then.
Well, they didn't tell anybody, right? It was kind of a surprise.
We saw the video is what I'm saying. I just didn't know if Seth was still here when we saw
luckily
the video.
took video, but we just did it.
Sweet Lips Lou took video, okay?
That's true. No, we just did it outside of Rick's, small. We didn't want to spend any money, have any family there during COVID, so we just we eloped pretty much December 29th. That was it. With like 3-4 people there.
I like that. I think not that I'm gonna get married anytime soon, or
Actually,
maybe
people.
ever. But I think I would elope. I'd pull the Lummy / J Diaco.
Where'd you elope to, Lummy?
Rick's on the River.
Rick's on the River, where we met on the water.
You mean isn't that here?
Yeah.
Can you elope when you live somewhere?
That's what Jay did.
Yeah, that's what Jay
Jay
did.
went to St. Pete.
Yeah. Exactly.
Elope? I figure you're going to some foreign land.
No.
That's what Jay says. Yeah, we just did a small. I mean, but we both were married before, and we both had big weddings. So we just had a small one.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, especially with the second one. I have some friends who got married before, and the second wedding, it was like, let's just do Vegas, and they kind of eloped to Vegas, and I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, my next marriage, I'm not. There's going to be nobody there.
But
send gifts. But send gifts anyway.
Please send gifts. Please send money. Hello, who's this?
It's Joe from North Carolina. How you all doing?
What's up, Joe? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, the reason why I'm calling in is with Bubba and the Ducks. I've been trying to call for a while now. Starting in the end of April is called Beach Jeep, which is in Daytona Beach. There's going to be roughly, I'm guessing, 25 to 30,000 Jeeps for about 10 days.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that might be a good opportunity to duck some people?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think maybe if you guys can do that or tell Bubba, it would be a good thing because you have people from all over probably southeast, northeast, and central North America going to it.
Cool. Well, we'll definitely.
Very huge event.
All right. Well, I will keep my eyes open for this very huge event. So thank you for letting us know.
All right, absolutely. Great show.
All right,
Y'all
thank
have a
you.
great day.
Appreciate you. All right, let's do some words and we'll be back after this.
It takes a lot of energy to be this stupid. Bubba the Love Sponge.
It's all good, dude. When I went down to the courthouse and signed my marriage license, I thought that it was good enough for me, you know.
That's what we thought too. Yeah. But we had that
Too bad it's not romantic doing that, you know, or else you could just, hey, you know, why do we really need to pay $10,000? What's up, Lunger?
Well, we got away with paying $30.
I don't want to talk about it, man. No, they say that the women's family is supposed to pay for the wedding.
Yeah.
Right? They say that.
Yeah.
That didn't happen with me. So.
Morning, Big Lunger. Fish 26 every 3 months. Group Lips is probably going down to the Jeep Fest.
Who smashed the thumbs down on Rumble? What? That had to be an accident. Thank you, Dog Mommy. I appreciate it.
Dog Mommy?
Dog Mom, BT Dog Mom.
How many homers did you think Kyle Ripken hit?
I don't know, man. Like, total? Probably like 20?
No.
40? 10? 11?
Absolutely killed it. Man, that had to be a really exciting home run derby. Paul O'Neill was number 2.
Guess how many he had? 5.
Who?
Paul O'Neill.
He wasn't a home run hitter.
But he finished second though.
Dude, it was the 90s, man. They didn't get the juice. They weren't on the juice yet. It was early 90s.
No wonder I started watching the home run derby in '96.
What up, Jason? Jay? Yeah, man. That's something I noticed on YouTube is there's never any thumbs down or anything like that. But there's always a couple thumbs down here. I don't know. I'm sure any interaction with it's good. To be honest with you. I mean, shit. If the show had a fucking million thumbs down, I'd probably check it out.
Ryan Sandberg. Ooh. Yeah, 90. Ryan Sandberg got 3 to win it. Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco were in it that year. Canseco hit 0.
I guarantee the home run derby didn't take 2.5 fucking hours back then.
Sure, probably didn't.
Jeez, Louise.
McGwire hit 1 and Ryan Sandberg hit 1. Or Ryan Sandberg hit 3 and Matt Williams had 1.
Well, because don't they have 5 minutes to hit now? Like before I think you almost had like 10 pitches before whether they were good or not.
Yeah, that pretty much was what it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was like a serious event.
Kind of like the Pro Bowl used to be.
Yeah, not everybody with their kids on the field taking pictures and shit.
And getting toweled down by fucking David Ortiz.
Oh man, David Ortiz, he just did a gender reveal.
David Ortiz did?
Yeah, I saw it. Cause I was like, oh man, I feel like he's old to be a little old to be dead. But
he's from the Dominican.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Yeah, so it was a boy.
Hold on.
What up, Rick?
He didn't make contact with the pitch. He missed the fucking gender reveal.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that what somebody said? I remember it was.
He whiffed on the pitch.
Okay, that's what I saw.
Must be off the juice.
I see people miss that stuff all the time.
On Ortiz.
Well, no, I'm just maybe blame his wife.
That's true.
I don't know, man. This gender reveals are just it's all social media stuff.
Clicks.
Oh man, trust me. I mean, well, I would love to do one. Yeah, I'd love to fucking have 1 million views on one that goes wrong. I'd stage it too, where I'd find out it's a girl. I push Phoebe in the water. I storm off. You know.
Oh, that was an easy pitch to that too. I was having a boy.
Are you doing human or whatever? Or BetterHelp?
I was gonna wait.
Okay.
Another segment.
No problem.
Or 2.
No, I don't care. Just let me know. Did you send me something?
Me?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, the handcuffs.
Oh, the story?
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Steve Miller.
All day, every day. I'm an FT. Full tractor effect. You're my savior.
I listen to it in the morning and at night. It keeps me awake all night driving that big rig down the road.
Bubba the Love Sponge. We love you, brother.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We are back. Welcome to the Bubba Love Sponge show. Bubba's at the track. He will be back on Monday. Fear not. Make sure you show appreciation for the rest of us and Bubba. The whole operation. Send the monies, please and thank you. Cash App, PayPal, at the Bubba Army. If you'd like to call in, you have something to say. Phone lines are open today. 813-90-BUBBA. Would appreciate it.
Show's flying today, Anna.
It sure is, man. It sure is. And I do want to get into, listen, I got the sports guys. It's the sports day. We got the Super Bowl coming up. People want to talk about the sports. And I got to admit, not that I like admitting things, but I have to admit this Pat McAfee guy's kind of growing on me. A little bit. I like his passion.
He does seem like your kind of guy.
I appreciate him. I feel like we probably, and again, I don't know what he thinks about certain political things, but just by the characters that he has on Aaron Rodgers and some other things I've maybe heard him say, he just seems like an alpha male, doesn't really care too much about what people think unless it, messes with the money perhaps. But he came out and was talking about the whole Taylor Swift Travis Kelce deal, and he was saying that he's mad, but for a reason you wouldn't expect. He's mad at all the hate that they are getting. He's like kind of believes in this love story thing, and he's like, why are people hating on love?
It's good to see, and I saw a couple of other big time sports talk show hosts kind of do this yesterday, and I know a lot of people are trying to feed into it's bad for football, it's disgusting, like how dare Taylor Swift have a boyfriend that plays football. But it's good that some of these guys are redirecting the unnecessary hate, because it's hatred for no reason and it's silly. But if you kind of look at it and have people like this who you look up to, who you worship, telling you that it's all good, hopefully he can influence some people that way.
Yeah, because, this guy is a sports guy, obviously. I think he's played for the league is what I've learned. And he has the biggest sports show on any network, I suppose, right? On ESPN.
Yeah, and now he is full-time doing commentary for WWE Monday Night Raw. So,
good for him,
This
man.
is just like now the football season's winding down, this is just the busiest guy in entertainment.
Good for him. He looks great. He's energetic. He kind of stresses me out a little bit with his the way that he talks and doesn't sit and stuff, but he's good at what he does and people like his show. And here's the thing, I get it. I get why. He's kind of like a manly dude, but he's reasonable, and it seems like he's pretty smart too. I like it. So here's what he had to say about a few things.
Most successful woman on earth right now. Yeah. Dating the greatest tight end of all time who's on the current dynasty. Why is everybody so mad about it?
I don't get it.
Why is everybody so mad about it?
It's
I'm sick of people being mad about it.
Makes no sense.
You know what I like?
It's annoying.
Do they have to pod his mic up so much because he's so far away from it?
Oh, man.
I'm like, Jesus
Christ. He used to wear a lapel or whatever.
Yeah.
Their Macho Man's probably killing him right now.
Uh-oh, is that Bubba calling?
I don't think so.
Is it? That'd be great
It
if
looks
it
like
was.
it's on the warm line. Can I answer it?
I hope it is. I'd love to hear from. I got to ask him. Is
yeah,
it?
It's Babyface.
All right. Is he going to talk about would it be rude to put him on hold a little bit longer?
What are we even talking about?
I love it.
And if you see, I know that's one half of the hammer. Cowboys telling digs. You love that type of stuff. You're not scared to stir it up a little bit in those particular parts of the world. But
I feel rude. Hello, Babyface. What's going on?
Hey, guys. You guys are doing great. Sorry I couldn't be there this morning to chime in, but I'm driving to work and was hearing what you're saying about the whole Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift making people mad. I think part of it is that, guys don't mind seeing a picture here or there of an athlete's hot wife, but I think deep down it bothers people that they have everything. Right,
the pretty girl, the career, athletic.
Yeah. It's you're cheering for this guy and you're rooting for him and you're wearing his jersey and doing all this stuff, and then you've got to see that he's dating the number one hottest, not hot in terms of look.
I understand in terms of popularity and fame.
But popularity, billionaire, mogul, and I think it's too much for them. Like Brittany Mahomes, even to an extent with that, although she's more of a hanger-oner, but we see this often. Like, nobody was complaining that they showed Eminem 25 times when the Detroit Lions were playing.
But was that just at like one game?
Yeah, it wasn't an entire season's worth of showing him every single time his boyfriend was on the field.
Wasn't he flipping people off?
Well, not his boyfriend, but it was every playoff game they had showing him repeatedly. I saw way more of Eminem than I've seen in the last 5 years.
Is that a bad thing?
I'm not complaining about it.
Do you think KC fans are upset about it, or is it just everyone else who they're beating? Like, do the Kansas City fans don't seem to be too mad about
Taylor
it?
Swift?
Yeah.
KC fans are tired of it. At least the discourse I've seen on Twitter. I would say like 3 out of 5 Kansas City fans are kind of in the same boat as the general public.
But now there's way more KC fans because Taylor Swift kind of brought him in, I feel like. I mean, Seth's daughter, isn't she a fan?
Yeah, I think there's a tinge of misogyny in there.
What?
There's a tinge of misogyny baked into all of this.
A lot of people, Brian, are saying that, just the hating on Taylor Swift shows that men just hate women in general.
Why is that misogynistic? Because they're sick of seeing a pop star that has nothing to do with sports.
They're sick of seeing a woman support her man.
Yeah, how is that?
I mean,
I guess that could.
What are you trying to infer? I guess I'm asking.
I'm inferring what people are saying online is that all this Taylor Swift hate is dudes who don't like women because they don't want to see a woman on their football.
This is a boys'
No, I don't think that's the case. I mean, we got female referees in the NFL, and nobody bats an eye.
And female coaches.
What does that have to do with showing them on TV?
There's comments made about female referees. If they miss a call or whatever it may be, and they're judged by their looks, and I mean, it is what it is. It's the world, and women are women's own worst enemy. In all of this anyways.
Yeah.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt, she is the most famous significant other in the NFL, but in the history of watching football, can you remember any other player's wife or girlfriend who was shown on television quite as much?
Jessica Simpson.
No, they did not. No, they did not. They did not show Giselle every single time, Tom. No, come on.
Well, I know. I agree with that.
If she was worth $800 million and toured the country as a performing artist, then sure, they would show her a bunch.
But Lemmy, are you going to say you agree with Babyface?
Heck no. I agree with Seth. No, because remember, there was always a bet in Vegas when Brady would make it if they'd show Giselle, and usually it was over 1.5. So.
They showed her a lot too, after she called out Wes Welker, and I know there's a lot of Super Bowls after that. That's when they really started focusing in on her, when she kind of inserted herself into the game. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't after every time Tom Brady threw a pass they showed her. I feel like they've kind of cut it back to when Kelsey has a big play, they show her. He just so happens to have 10 or 11 catches a game, so they're panning to her a bit. If the 49ers take Travis Kelsey away, they're taking Taylor Swift away too.
I mean, I remember watching Duke basketball, and John Shire's mom would be shown constantly during the games back then. Constantly. It is something they do. It's not unique to Taylor Swift. I will say I think the attention to it is higher, and certainly she gets shown a little bit more. But I think it's also because they can't cut to Giselle after Tom makes every pass. But Kelsey making anywhere between 3 and 10 catches a game, it's not that hard to cut away after that to show Taylor Swift jumping up and down and dancing in the box.
I'm with you, man. I
feel like it doesn't bother you at all, Brian, right? Like, you don't care. You're a sports guy.
I couldn't care less.
Okay.
What do I need to see some random fat slob fan with his face painted?
I would prefer that, but
after a big Kelsey play, or do I want to see Taylor Swift jumping around with Britney in the box, throwing up gang signs and doing whatever they're doing?
Playing patty cake.
I'm with you. Free Taylor.
I want to see the fat guy painted face.
Me too.
It absurd me because they show something after a play, and it's usually not the play. They cut away to the crowd. They cut away to something. So
is it just the fans that are upset because they're getting less camera time? Is that part of the fun of the game? No, honestly, because I mean, I don't really do sports, but I know that they got like the kiss cam or just random fans, and I feel like that's really exciting for fans because they never know if they're going to be the ones caught on camera, and the fact that they have less opportunities to do that, does that kind of piss some people off?
I think the only people excited to go to the game to end up on the big screen are the ones who paint their face and want people to pay attention to them anyways.
Right. And those are the ones that are loud on Twitter hating on Taylor Swift.
Yeah, the average NFL fan doesn't give a damn if they end up on the big screen or not.
No. the Hall of Famer. Oh, and it looks like last game Taylor Swift was shown 7 times for a total of 39 seconds.
I mean, that's not that much.
They cut it down from 17 back in October.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
All right, so
They
they're
figured it
listening.
out. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, and Kelsey had 11 catches in that game. I mean, it's not like he wasn't involved in the offense.
Yeah, he broke Jerry Rice's record.
It wasn't gratuitous where they were just cutting to her to cut to her. They had at least a justification because he was making big play after big play.
Let me ask you this.
But
for as far as famous girlfriends go in the NFL, when Aaron Rodgers was dating Danica Patrick, I felt like they would show not excessively, but I feel like they would always show her. Am I wrong on that one?
You're right on that one, but the Jessica Simpson one was the last one that I remember where they showed her a lot.
Who'd she date?
Tony Romo. They didn't date long, but when she was in with that pink little jersey, I mean, I feel like she was on there like 15 times in the Thanksgiving game.
Did Tony Romo play football, or either just make comments on it?
No, he played for the Cowboys.
Sorry.
He played for the Cowboys.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Well, and it's not like significant others. Giselle was not at every one of Brady's games.
Especially after they got divorced.
Yes, well, especially towards the end, even when they hadn't gotten divorced, but they were on the rock.
Yeah.
She was home with the kids a lot. I mean, I'm sure Kirk Cousins' wife, she's got 22 kids. She's not at the games often. The same thing with David Carr. The wives thing, Taylor Swift is the fact that we're talking about it shows that they should keep doing it.
Right. It's bringing more eyes. I think that's the whole point. Yeah.
I'm just happy she's going to make it to the game.
She's got to hop right on the plane from Tokyo and fly right
yes,
over.
Brian.
Right?
We
But she's going to get there at Vegas at 8 a.m. She's going to have plenty of time to spare.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
She'll be out tailgating with Jason Kelsey and Pat Mahomes' dad.
That's as far as what I've seen on Twitter, as far as people drawing up her plans and how long it takes to get around the world and all that stuff. They have her landing in Vegas at 8 o'clock Sunday morning, day of the Super Bowl.
She's going to make it. It's going to be
pulling
okay.
an all-nighter for her man.
They should get her like an F-14 Wildcat and just let her fly supersonic across the ocean. It's the most important thing in America right now.
It sure is. She needs to make it to that game. God bless America. Hey, God bless you, Brian.
Brian, my daughter's having a Taylor Swift Super Bowl party before the Super Bowl, so if your family wants to come, let me know, okay?
That's actually a pretty cool idea.
I know, it's really happening. Dan said he was disgusted by it yesterday, so I didn't want to talk about it anymore until you were on the show.
What about your daughter, Babyface? Is she a Swiftie or?
She is not a Swiftie. She does know Taylor Swift songs and can identify them.
She's 5, 6. You said 6.
Yeah, her favorite songs. She's 5.5. Her favorite songs are "September" by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Okay, I feel like you maybe had something to do with that.
Well, not me.
Oh.
She thinks they're saying, instead of saying "Badia," that she thinks they're saying "Aria." Dancing in September.
Hell yeah! Yeah, it's all about her at this age. I feel like your daughters should be friends. I could see that happening. Can we do a play date here with little Sethy and little Babyface?
Yeah. Although no party words. My daughter's
okay.
No
party
problem. I respect that. No party words at all. I'll be a gentleman and a good father for once.
Yeah, my kid's not going around like a sailor using party words, screaming them out.
I wanted her to entertain the Bubba Army, okay? It was the last time. It won't happen again. I didn't know she was going to stand on the table, yell the F word, and then steal $35. It was
right.
Completely. She's been punished for that, Brian. She'll never do that again.
You really punished her?
No, but we just told her it's not right to shake people down.
Even though that's what Daddy told her to do.
Cuss words are still on the table, so it's actually Party Word Wednesday.
Right. It's not right to shake people down. Will get you kicked out of the Bubba Army and the Bubba Radio Network. Just so you know.
That money's got to come here.
It is not right for you to shake people down.
That's right. That's
unless
true.
Bubba's getting his cut. Unless he's getting mine.
All right, Babyface. Thank you so much for calling in, man.
Take care. You're doing
Appreciate
a great job.
Love you, man.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye. See ya.
Dude, I just yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
I just pulled up the video of him and Stein. I probably watch it every few days. I can't.
You just love it so much.
I can't get enough. Stein's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Brian, with his calm demeanor and just being like, "Show me facts."
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff that Stein would, then he would his gasket would explode. It was just a thoroughly
he gets real
enjoyable.
red. Yeah.
It was a thoroughly enjoyable 20 minutes because they didn't argue the whole time. Like, we came in and out of it, had some fun, but the whole thing was just radio gold to me.
It really is. Every once in a while, I watch that clip of Jay, of the Mike Hawk thing. That makes me laugh so
Which one
hard.
is that? Do I know that one?
I don't know if you were here, but I think it was when the Rolling Stones came to town, and he was it was a hot mic, and he was asking chat who was opening for the Rolling Stones.
That was hilarious.
And someone in chat wrote, Mike Hawk is opening, and he turns to me. He turns to his left, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, Mike." He's like, "It's Mike Hawk. Have you heard of him?" And I just look at him, and I'm like, "Are you?" I said, "Are you effing with me?" And he's like, "No." And because I just thought he was trying to play it on me, and I'm like, "Don't play it on me, buddy." And he was legitimately like, "Yeah, Mike Hawk is opening." I just didn't, and I'm like, I face palm and I start laughing, and he starts saying, "Mike Hawk, Mike Hawk," and then he realizes what happens, and he just feels so dumb.
You know what, though? As smart as Jay is, he gives the chat the benefit of the doubt. So
he's so susceptible to that kind of stuff.
know,
Like that's
so
not
funny.
the only time it's happened.
No, it's not.
He fell for me chatting in chats.
That's right.
Wait, what'd you do? What's all of a sudden people probing
No, we
pranks on
went
Jay?
to something in chat. No, and we were doing a poll or something, and I said,
And Lummy was like, "Oh, it sucks" or
Yeah.
something.
No. Everyone was saying, Bubba was saying, everyone loves Lummy. It's not fair. Everyone loves Lummy. So Lummy gets in chat and goes, "I hate Lummy." And then Jay was like, "Look, there's people in chat that don't like
There's
Lummy.
this Lummy-
BTLS doesn't like Lummy." And we all were just like, "Dude, really, Jay?"
I didn't know Jay had those moments, man.
Oh yeah, I'll show it to you. It's real funny. It's real funny.
Do we know who opened for the Stones that night too? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right,
It wasn't
no.
Mike Hawk. No. Hello, who's it? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Who's this?
Anna?
Yeah, sorry
Hey,
about
Anna.
that. Who's this?
This is Rollo from Michigan calling in.
Rollo?
Just calling in real quick. I met
Yeah.
Rollo from Michigan. I talked to you before about Hawaii and all the stuff on your after show. Remember
Oh,
me?
okay. Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Where
I
in
just
Michigan?
wanted to-
Did you say
What's
Detroit?
that?
Where in
Right
Michigan?
now I'm at St. Pete Airport getting ready to go back to Michigan.
Where in Michigan do you live? Is what I'm asking.
A city called Muskegon is by Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I know where Muskegon is. Nice. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
What brings you to call?
Well, I just wanted to call in and say you're doing a really good job
Oh, thank
and all
you.
that stuff, and keep doing what you're doing. And I want to say hi to everybody, Lummy, and
What's up?
everybody else on the show. Yeah, I was at Gasparilla Saturday too, and it was a blast.
It sure was.
Was it your first one?
What's that?
Was it your first Gasparilla experience?
I've been going off and on since 1996.
Oh, damn. Okay, my bad.
How do you explain Gasparilla to people in Detroit?
Just like Dan Diaco did. I think as Diaco said, it's just like a mini
Mardi Gras.
A mini Mardi Gras.
Let's take credit for that one.
With pirate themed, exactly what it is. It's just a reason for people to party and celebrate whatever and just have fun.
That's what I've always said. It's a mini Mardi Gras.
Mini. I mean, it's huge, but yes, it's not as big as Mardi Gras.
Well, I wouldn't call it mini, but small because Mardi Gras is supposed to be a month long, all that, and you know, Gasparilla is just one day, but it's fun. I mean,
Is it
I go
depressing
every
to go
year.
back home to Michigan when you come here and the weather's it's pretty nice, and you go home and it gets dark at 4:30 and it's snowing and it's just not great. Well, maybe Muskegon is different than Detroit, where I was. I feel like Detroit, there's just it's sad year round, but it's super sad in the wintertime.
Oh yeah, it gets there too, and we get more snow, I think, because we have it's called the lake effect.
Yes,
so we
I've
get a lot
heard of the
more
lake
snow there
effect.
sometimes.
I never knew what it was, but I did hear people say it. Are like the lake effect, and so that was pretty much my excuse for everything. Sorry, I was late. Lake effect, whatever it may be.
Yeah, and like Halloween, we had a freak snowstorm where we had 10 inches in Muskegon and Grand Rapids had a late dusting.
Yeah. How's Flint doing? They still got lead in the water, or how's that going?
What's that?
The lead? The people were getting sick from the lead in the water.
That was Flint, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, how's Flint doing? They still got, because
yeah.
before I
I've
left,
heard
we
they're
were
doing a
doing
lot better.
fundraisers for them, like wherever I worked, even though I was getting fired like every other week. But I remember collecting like canned food and bottled water, and we're sending it to Flint, and everyone's like, Flint sucks, and they got lead in the water, the kids are dying, and then there'd be news reports where people would like turn on the faucet, and it would just be like brown coming out. It was bad.
Yeah, that was nasty. I heard a lot about that, but I haven't heard anything about it lately, so I think they cleared most of that up. I think it's pretty
Hope
good
so.
now.
Nice.
We've moved on to immigration. The water's definitely still brown.
For sure.
Exactly.
All right. Thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate it.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you as well.
I would like to think that they would have updated us if the water did change because we were all very invested for a short time.
It looks like it did in 2020, but that was during COVID, so you probably didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah. It's one of those things where people just like stop caring after a while. It was hot for a few months. I remember, at least where I was.
I mean, I care, but what am I going to do? I'll send a few bottles of Core, but
how much do you care? Core.
Honestly,
you send Dasani. No one wants Dasani.
Aquafina.
Even they're like, we'll take the water with the lead, please. Just not Aquafina or Dasani.
It has lead in it. I sent you, actually, it looks like they're still having problems.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
It's
I sent you a
Michigan.
news article.
The whole
really
state.
wanted to deep dive into it.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have to deep dive. I want to get back to happier times with Pat McAfee. Okay, I like this guy.
I don't fully understand. Now, at the beginning, I could see it. Sure. Oh, she's releasing a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on 14 commercials?
Yep.
Oh, we're getting worked right now? The NFL, a bunch of bums showcasing, shoving it down our throats. Right. I'm sick of seeing it. Every commercial.
How long is his show every day? Does he give this energy?
Yeah,
for
3
hours?
and a half hours. Yesterday they went long, almost 4.
They had Tom Brady on.
They did have Tom Brady on.
They did?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Like 20
Him,
minutes.
every game, her. We're done. I could see that. But did you see them after the game yesterday?
Yeah, that's what I was saying I loved.
Hey, they're an actual. Hey,
They love each other.
How excited
they're
he
an
is.
actual love. I am so happy that the world got to see that, and that I think. I don't want to say I told you so because in sports media, a lot of people say that, and then they say a lot of things that are wrong, and they just refuse to chit-chat about those, and we are certainly no different than everybody else. But from the very beginning, I thought to myself, these two might be perfect for each other. These two might be perfect for each other. And then as you see it kind of...
It's nice to see a man who loves love. You know what I mean?
We love love. This is...
Not everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like Bubba feels like love is dead, but love is beautiful.
Well, I mean, listen, that's... If you are somewhat not miserable in your life and you see two people that... Look, I don't know. He's saying he knew they were perfect for each other. I don't know either one of them. I met Taylor 2 times. Sure, I think about her often, but
You met her twice?
yeah, I met her twice. But
pretty sweet.
yeah, really, before she stopped meeting people. But
Sorry.
yeah, how could you look at that and be mad? Like, aren't you happy that
Unravel.
people are
Just
happy?
thanked her, obviously, for being
How
a big
happy
part of the
she
run.
is.
They're kissing. She
Yeah.
got a chance to give him a big hug with his pads.
And it's kind of, again, I don't really care. And maybe people would like to see her dress more sexual, but it's like she's dressed like cute. You know what I mean?
That's how
she's
she always is, yeah.
I know. She's like, she's classy. It's not like, and again, I'm not saying the other, NFL wives and girlfriends aren't, but oftentimes they really try to, show the cleavage, show the body, where she's just wearing like a sweatshirt, her hair's kind of messed up. I like it.
We'll find out. I mean, they've been playing in Buffalo. They've played in Baltimore. They've played in Kansas City. They've had a lot of really cold games lately. So, I mean, she might just show up to Las Vegas completely naked because it's inside.
Yeah, there you go.
I would hope.
On. She got to see him go give a speech. She gave a shout out to Andy Reid. She dapped up Tony Romo. It's like Taylor's a part of the football world now. This is good news.
Do you think the guys being like all the people he just mentioned, do you think they like fangirl out a little bit when they meet her?
Oh, yes. Tony,
right, because she's
Tony
just
Romo,
such
100%.
Tony
Oh,
Romo
okay.
completely. You can't really hear the audio, but Tony Romo's standing next to her when they're doing the trophy presentation
Here?
on the field.
Is he around here?
He's somewhere around there, and
Okay.
First, he goes up to hug her, and security blocks his hand before she gives him the okay.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Hey, Tony, you do a really good job. I enjoy you." And he's like, "Well, you're much better." And she goes, "Well, we do different things." So,
Listen,
and then he
Tony
gave her a
was
fist bump.
We do different things.
Tony was like 15 Coronas deep, all right?
Does he really drink on the job?
People think he does.
That makes me like him more.
Not bad news, but a lot of people are going to say, well, how many times is CBS going to show Taylor Swift at that Super Bowl? Well, she is a global phenomenon.
Yep. Yeah.
She's selling out stadiums in all these countries in which it's their first game
Look
they're
over
watching
there.
every single year. I assume they're going to show Taylor a lot.
Quite a bit.
I assume it's going to get stuff.
Yeah. So there you go.
turned into a
I think
cowboy.
it's lovely. I really like that.
It's fine, and listen, it'll be over in 2 weeks, people. Okay, there's not going to be anything to show of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce if they are still together until the next NFL season. So you'll have a nice little hiatus from it.
Beautiful. And I think you said that Tom Brady was on Pat McAfee's show yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Isn't he promoting stuff now?
Yeah. So let me ask you this:
brand.
is he merging TB12 with Noble?
Yeah.
Yes.
Brady brand merged with Noble to create Complete Wellness Company. So I'm assuming Noble is for no BS, right? Is that like an organic performance company? Does anybody know anything
looks
about
horrible
this?
there.
I thought
Yeah.
Noble was shoes.
It's essentially selling all the same stuff that he did with TB12 Sports. They got T-shirts, they got shoes, they got supplements, they have diet plans, books.
Did that stuff take off? I mean, or was it
TB12?
were it just athletes using it or regular people?
No, there were a good amount of regular people. I mean, maybe not the average everyday dude, but I know a couple of people who were using it.
Yeah, Macho would probably take it. And you get free shipping over a $100 order.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's going to be called TB No Bowl. Is that how they kind of merged the two now?
I think it's just under No Bowl.
Yeah,
really?
It's just No Bowl.
Why wouldn't they want to like use the Brady name or moniker?
He's probably making enough money to where it doesn't matter.
You can never make enough money, Seth. You should know that.
They still have a TB12. It's almost similar. I believe they were going to do like the Nike and the Jordan brand.
Right. It's kind of like where TB12 is still going to sell their products under the No Bowl umbrella. So that'll just be the exclusive marketplace for it.
Oh, very cool. It says the plan is to make Noble a popular brand in the CrossFit community. Oof. That makes me like it less. A one-stop shop for all things fitness, from shoes to clothes and nutrition. Have you guys ever done CrossFit?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Really? What did you think?
I liked it.
Rhett, you did it as well?
Yeah, we did it in high school for summer, over the summer when there was no football.
Oh,
I did it for 6 months to get ready for that run. What was it called?
The virtual run that you didn't do?
No.
Turkey Trot?
Skyway 10K?
No, this was back in the day that with the car, like you ran like 16 miles and did all those like different
Tough
things.
Mudder?
Tough Mudder.
Oh, yeah, Tough Mudder.
Yeah, I did it for 6 months to get ready for Tough Mudder.
Okay, and you didn't like it at all?
No, I liked it. But I my shoulder with a lot of the things that you do in CrossFit, it takes a lot of like that movement in your
Throwing
shoulder.
stuff over your head.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that sort of thing.
I had a torn labrum at the time, so
like Dan.
Yeah, it made it really tough. So, but the 6 months, I mean, there's a lot of running, a lot of core.
Yeah, I did one class and I was like, this isn't for me. I didn't like it at all.
Why didn't you like it?
I don't like the people yelling at me, and I think the reason I do exercise, obviously to stay fit, but it's like it's a mental space where I can just be alone and really dial in on like whatever I'm dealing with at the moment. And it's kind of hard to do that when people are like yelling at you, pick this up, put this down, run over there, run over here. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
Oh, see, mine, they weren't yelling. They would put on like the board what you would need to do.
I see.
And
like,
then you do it, and then once you're done, then they would switch it up, things like that. So they weren't yelling at us.
and you're like racing for time, right? So are you?
Yeah.
Which I feel like is not great when you're trying to get good form. Like those two things usually don't go hand in hand together, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Not saying that is you, but typically if you're trying to, do things quickly, it may not be done correctly, and then you get injured.
But that's why they say it's not. You don't have to do like 8 or 10 or 12 if you only do 1 or 2.
Oh, okay.
It's like just do it correctly and then build from that.
I see.
Like,
I thought it was
don't
like
try to do as many
12 as many, like in this time as fast as you can.
No, you don't win an award at the end of the day.
Okay, well I know that it's a very competitive group of people.
Well, those are morons though.
Yeah, or the people that are really serious about it. My thing with people that do CrossFit, the men have beautiful bodies, but the women kind of look like the men. So I'm like, I don't want to get a body like that. Now I know that they're doing it like every day all the time, but if the goal is to, one day aspire to look like these women, at least, as a woman, I was like, that's not for me.
And it's like a lifestyle too.
It really is. Yeah, they're more annoying than like even vegans, I think.
Yes.
Is the CrossFit community, and vegans are bad. But
for the 6 months I did it, it was a huge click, and I was the outsider. I just wanted to go and do it myself and be left alone.
Right, you're just doing it. You're not really doing it for the sense of community. You're just trying to get fit for the Tough Mudder that you're doing.
Exactly.
I like it.
And it was free.
Nice, even better. Hell yeah. How Tom Brady is quietly preparing for the $375 million Fox NFL gig. Is he even talking about it, or is he just kind of... he did the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah, that's where they got this story from.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what did he have to say about it?
He's kind of been he's been going in secretly to Fox and practicing a few times with his partner, the Kevin guy.
Kevin Burkhardt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're kicking Greg Olson off that?
Yeah, so Greg Olson has an option. He can either leave Fox and become a number one color commentator somewhere else, but there's a lot of dispute over what his actual salary is. They say that as the number one color commentator guy over at Fox, he's getting $10 million a year. I don't know how true that is. But they also report that if he were to get bumped down to the number 2 slot, he would only get like $3 to $4 million a year.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So it's up to him on if he wants to just go ahead and take that on the chin and lose that $6 million, or void his deal and go somewhere else.
I'd probably take it on the chin.
Now, you've seen Tom Brady kind of do commentary on other things before. Does he have any talent for it, or something that it's not really?
Kind of rare. I don't think since this has been announced, he's done a lot of TV appearances.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't even heard him do commentary. I haven't heard him even be interviewed in a booth during the game. And, like you had kind of mentioned, Tony Romo. This is what Romo did when he retired. He went into the booth, and people liked him right away because he was brilliant. Tom Brady,
I don't think is so brilliant.
No, Tom Brady is 10 times the quarterback that Tony Romo was.
Yes. So but as a commentator, though.
Well, Tony Romo now, a lot of people get annoyed with him because it's very evident that he does not prepare beforehand. He really
he's
does
like a
not.
Cat named Mo.
He does not have a lot of information about the team that he's talking about. But Tom Brady was in the league for so long that he's already played against most of the defenses that you're still going to be watching every single week. He knows most of the players on the team. He knows most of the coaches. He knows how to beat these teams. The reason Romo won people over early is because when they were watching Brady and the Patriots, he was able to tell people, hey, they're probably going to run this route, throw it to Julian Edelman, and he would be correct. When Tom Brady starts doing that because he recognizes everything in the NFL, people are going to be amazed. I think the preparation is going to make a clear difference between Brady and Romo.
Oh, I don't think
some of that.
I don't dispute any of the knowledge that Tom Brady brings to the table. I just feel like in the booth, play-by-play, color commentary, no matter what the sport is, extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So I just want to see how he kind of
is it. It is. That difficult?
Well, you have to have as much possible knowledge about the sport as you possibly can.
Okay.
Like you have to, as a color guy, you kind of have to be the one to teach the listener or viewer something, because the play-by-play guy usually isn't going to be the one to do it.
Yeah, and you got to think about the people that maybe are like full truck and affecting across the nation, and they can't watch it, but they can listen to it. So you're kind of like giving them that radio theater.
Yeah, I think Tom will be great. I think his knowledge will be great. I think it's good for the league that he's back doing this. But personality, just like Bubba calls me Mr. Personality, that's Brady tenfold. So it'll take a little while for him to get comfortable, I think.
You think he stays the full 10 years?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
He probably bows out after like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Does he still get the 375, or he has to do the full 10?
I don't know how much of that is guaranteed.
I see. Well, here's a little bit of the Pat McAfee, Tom Brady interview here.
To call, especially with how loud the conversation has been about Greg Olsen. Have you got a chance to chat with him about that? Was that a weird situation? Because like Stephen A. said earlier when I was on First Take, you joined him on his podcast, and I believe Stephen A.'s exact words were,
do you think Pat McAfee will get in that game? I know he's having a lot of success with what he's doing now, but do you think... I mean, he's doing the WWE thing, I guess.
He kind of does.
He does it for wrestling.
Yeah, not with the NFL, but he's doing play-by-play with WWE every week now, and then he's on the College Game Day, which is a panel show.
But then he also does for the big games, just like the Manning cast, he does the McAfee cast.
But I will say this. For him with wrestling is the absolute perfect mix.
It's a great fit.
He's made for wrestling. He does great commentary on it. Like you could tell he's like
excited by it.
He's almost a wrestler. Yeah, he loves it. The fans love him. Like that above everything to me is where I feel like, and he's wrestled before too. So he's
really?
Yes, he's a great wrestler,
is he
extremely
a big
athletic.
Name?
He's the new age Bubba the Love Sponge.
He does special stuff, like when they bring in Logan Paul to wrestle every now and again, and they bring in Bad Bunny and bring in Pat McAfee.
McAfee was in the Royal Rumble last week.
Oh, was he?
He was calling commentary, and then they played his music, and he entered the match. He's had wrestling matches at WrestleMania before, so
That's
he's
so cool. Good for
he's
him.
all in.
He's a football player before he dabbled in it.
I did know that.
The coolest punter of all time.
Don't kill it in the booth. And I think all of us that obviously have played the game understand that your brain talking over football is good for the NFL, the greatest of all time. Have you gotten a chance to chat with Greg? Has that become like a interesting situation for you at all? And how have you prepared this year? Have you done like fake games? Have you gone to a booth?
Yeah.
How has that whole thing kind of worked getting prepared for next year?
I've been out to Fox Studios a few times and done some really dry runs with Kevin, who's tremendous at what he does. I'm super excited to join an amazing team. Rich Russo and Richie Zions. We've talked a lot about football. We've talked a lot about how I see the game, and I think
he'll show improvement. He seems a bit dry right now, but it's just because he's. I know he's just doing an interview, but I've never really seen him as like a super animated person ever. He always seems like, but which makes a good player and leader because he's kind of just more like a judge, right? He's not really affected with good stuff or bad stuff. He just kind of stays the course. But I feel like he might need to get a little bit more animated to be a commentator. But
Well, that's one thing people hate
Orlando.
about Tony Romo is he gets really excited like a girl sometimes. And
Oh,
kinda-
isn't that cool, though?
Yeah.
He'll just make noises though. Like
Can you
he'll
send me some Tony Romo stuff?
yeah, he'll be up in the
I've
booth
never seen him.
squealing and squeaking and
Like, it's a good point though. I don't know how much energy Tom Brady. If this is chill Tom Brady, if Tom Brady, I don't know. Like that's the thing that's interesting is I don't know how Tom Brady will be in that situation.
Right.
Greg's done an incredible job. I have so much respect for him, how he approaches his job. He's super prepared in what he does. I think he does an incredible job every time he's on. I love listening to him. And I'm just going to go in there and do the best I can do with my own perspective. And I certainly have had a unique vision and perspective of the game of
Like he definitely has the knowledge without a doubt. It's just my concern is maybe like the delivery might be a little dry, but
Listen, he's
maybe
in
no
his
one will
kitchen.
care.
Well,
Maybe
he's in his
no,
kitchen.
but just like
I
in
mean,
general, like even when he does
double
the
ovens.
commercials and stuff, it's a little dry. It's
By
a little
the way,
dry.
Macho says he has a face for radio, so
This guy, you think he's ugly? You thinks Brady's ugly?
I'm just saying.
He
And
has like the butt chin.
I think he's hitting the Botox hard right now.
He is, yeah.
Is he?
Oh, he's got to be.
And hopefully I just can provide some insight to all the viewers
Yeah.
and all the
Good looking
fans.
man.
Love the
I'd
game.
say
Love
yeah.
the sport.
Yeah.
I sent you some sound effects on Tony.
Wait, you know
Romo.
what?
Okay.
Anna giving commentary over the Pat McAfee show could be a thing.
Dude, I'm a big Pat McAfee fan. Not that I care about sports at all, but I like the character. He goes all in. He gets me excited about stuff I'm not even excited
Well,
about.
I mean, he's doing his job then.
Yeah.
Oh, is it not gonna?
Here we go. Right, and he's down. So little. Wow. Not the catch. We'll see. Didn't happen. Let's see. Well, Cooks.
Hey, are they slowing it down to make him sound
No.
dumber?
No, he drags it out like that, I
okay,
promise.
okay, all
This
right.
was back when people actually liked him, too. This was
Yeah.
his first year commentating.
They don't like him no more?
He just got annoying.
He was
But he's
so
still-
good his first
but
year.
He was.
How many years has he been doing it?
5. I
And
think
he's
he just
still
finished
on,
his
right?
5th. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Okay.
started in 18.
Well, CBS, they got him to a big contract. He's kind of their number one color guy, so they're too far in.
Romo's good. He gets a bit much at times, so you just want to like kind of turn it down when the game gets really serious, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, he makes 17 million a year.
Right. Oh boy. It's perfect speed. Spin egg.
I feel like I've never identified more with someone in my life.
Was that
I
this
feel
guy?
Yeah, like I make a lot of like ooh, like noises and stuff, so I kind of get it.
Not now. Wait. Wow.
And nobody else on. Let me hear that again.
Whoa. What?
I love that this is all one game too. Like
Is it? It's just
anyone
one
listening,
game?
yeah,
Oh.
anyone listening, this is all from the 2018 AFC Championship, New England and Jacksonville.
I thought this was over 5 years of
No, this is-
career.
no, this
Just
one-
one single
Oh,
game.
just one game. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Never touched him. That's a catch.
So he doesn't even like really say what's happening. It seems he just at first he just starts with like a and then describes.
They've kind of said too that his partner Jim Nance has started to ignore a lot of the stuff that he says.
Oh no,
exactly.
completely.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, like he'll go like, "Hey, what do you know? I'm blah 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 blah," and then Jim Nance will just get right back to the game.
Yeah.
Protected right foot, left foot, ball.
Are they laughing at him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nose slide. Okay. I got to be honest. How come I'm not getting paid for this? I mean, oh, come on. I mean, I'm just saying.
Does it seem like he has pretty good banter with the other guys that are on the docket with him?
like Seth said, the other guy kind of ignores him now.
But what about the rest of them? Isn't it like a
It's
team of like 4 or 5 people?
It's 2 people.
Yeah, it's
him
usually
and the
just
other guy.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's awkward. If one of your
He's a
one
very
of your guys are-
likable guy,
He
I
is.
think. So.
I like this guy. I like him a lot. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back shortly.
Uncensored, unfiltered, unfettered.
Thanks for the info.
Uncensored, unfiltered, and unfettered. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
Is that a new show for real? Farmer Wants a Wife.
Yeah, I saw a commercial for it during one of the fucking football games.
Well, it's I guess the guy's from Polk County.
Is he?
That's the guy they're talking to right now.
Oh, is he like? So he's the farmer?
Yeah, that's the farmer, Nathan Smothers.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't think Greg Olson I liked when he first started. And I didn't like him a lot this year. It seemed like he kind of would say the same things over and over again. Hey, thanks, thanks, HS Bubba fan. I appreciate that. I hope everybody checks it out, man. It's doing well. It's got like 2,300 views already. Or downloads. Yeah, they got a jet. They get jetted in there. Nance might go separately though. Who knows? Yeah, I hope everybody checks out if you guys like Brent. I talked to him yesterday. I don't know how long it was, maybe 30, 40 minutes. I mean, went from immigration, war on drugs, Nick Saban, the transfer portal, FSU, the draft. I mean, Brandon the quad. Like, we covered it all yesterday. Olsen does look like Dexter. That's funny as shit. Hey, Tina, good morning. Collinsworth's good. He's knowledgeable. He was just a bit much this year. Maybe I had him more games than usual, but man. Yeah, Sanchez, he kind of gets buried. Sanchez doesn't do any real big games. Oh, thanks, Permagrom. 47 minutes? Yeah, I mean, I could have done it forever with Brent. I just didn't want to keep the fucking guy all day. Yeah, I'm kicking out wide. Come get my vagina. I'm the only one in here. Hell yeah. Just give me John Madden and Pat Summerall, man. Everybody loved those guys. We'll do it again, Pedro. He told me, he honestly, I don't know if he said it on the show, but he told me off the air multiple times that if it was something like we did yesterday, he's got no problem doing it again. So, I don't know if it's something with me and him or something with, him and Bubba or whatever, but that'd be great.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Fans again.
Yeah, the Bucks games do. I feel like Collinsworth roots for he roots for players that probably have high PFF grades because he invented that, I think, didn't he? Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that, man. I was ready to get crushed for my interview skills. But I think it turned into more of a conversation, so.
I thought so.
Yeah. I thought I was prepared, but stuff just flows.
You need to have your car pulled up a little bit farther, please.
Do I need to? My car? Oh, it doesn't shield enough. Let me get it. Sorry.
A little awkward.
Well, it's better than nothing, man.
Well, I was behind the little phone pole.
Oh, okay.
Someone honked at me, and then 10 Ravens flew out the day.
Shut up, someone honked at you?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I'll take that. I'm fully healthy, unlike Seth Rollins. I can get in the ring at WrestleMania. Thanks, Grouper. Thanks, Pedro. That's what Brent said. He said it was fun. That's my gauge for if interviews are good. When I used to do the lightning stuff, if the player was like, "Hey, that was fun," then I knew it wasn't like the normal shit they did. So.
Oh. Are you doing BetterHelp?
Let's go one more break.
All right.
Sorry.
No, I don't care. I just want to make sure that I'm
I'm still a little taken
prepared
from being honked at.
for you.
I mean, somebody saw my little wiener.
No, you're right. You're right. Jonesy, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, yeah, Bubba would interject. I just thought it'd be unique because I've always kind of been a fan of Brent to just kind of run stuff that, he's interested in, I'm interested in. I'm sure it would have been more sexual with, Caitlyn and Brandon, but I felt like I got the answers I needed, Kostika, what up? Hope it's above freezing today. Walking around my neighborhood throwing up last night. It was 50 degrees. I was getting the chills.
It was chilly.
It was chilly. The wind, man. I go for a walk, and then all of a sudden the wind hits me, and I'm in my shorts and my shirt, and I was like, I gotta get home. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I went out there like this after work, like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I know it's not like late, but
Bubba the Love Sponge. It is.
I'm here for the sponge.
Mate, it's all about mate.
It's got to be Bubba.
I laugh so hard.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Ow!
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Money at the Bubba Army. Not Venmo, but how about Cash App and PayPal? That would be very, very much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Ricky Thornton Jr. passed Tyler Erb. I believe we had Tyler Erb on.
Perhaps we did.
Before.
I believe we have.
And Ricky Thornton Jr. won last night.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wow.
That's fantastic. During the hot mic. I heard you talking about the Brent podcast, Seth. And I know that if I ask you about it, you'll be like, go and listen. Yes,
No,
I will.
I won't. I'll tell you what you want to know.
I want to just hear a little bit about what you learned. Just a little bit of taste about things. You said all of your questions were answered. What kind of questions did you have for Brent, and what were some of those answers?
I talked to Brent. Obviously, you guys know that I was very interested in the brand and the quad, Caitlin, that whole thing that got set up. I wasn't here for it at all. I hadn't really heard from Brent or Caitlin about it. So I wanted to ask him that, but I didn't want to, start with that. So I essentially asked him.
You got to warm him up a little bit.
Yeah. So I was essentially like, dude, what do when you're not on the radio, people think that, you don't even exist. Like, so what are you doing with your life? And he's like, I can't tell you.
Oh.
So, I mean, so I was like,
well, those are none of the answers that I wanted.
I got shut down right off the bat. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be interesting. But I mean, I just talked to him about, I don't even know how we got on this.
Like the lifestyle?
No, not even that.
Oh.
Like, it wasn't even that sexual. Like he talked about immigration. He talked about how things are good in Portugal because of the war on drugs. We talked about Taylor Swift. He talked about Howard Stern fans. We talked about him painting his nails black.
Are you convinced that maybe you would perhaps be interested in the lifestyle of swinging? Because, I mean, let's be real. Like, listen, Brent is a very smart man, and he has a lot of interesting opinions on a lot of different topics.
Yes.
And apparently he was the first one to call out, 9/11 was the work of Osama bin Laden. Great. Awesome. But I feel like what's most interesting, at least in my eyes, is his sexual life of swinging, because it's a little unusual. And I know that I certainly, whenever I'm in the presence of a swinger, I definitely have a lot of questions about that. Are you intrigued by it at all, Seth?
I mean, absolutely. I'm very intrigued by it. But I could kind of gather from when I was asking questions, I could kind of gather that it wasn't something that we were going to be spending a great amount of time on.
I see.
And I got my answer. He told me that Caitlin is, just a great person and, loves taking care of people. And there really wasn't much debate or thought about, hooking up with.
Oh, with Brandon, no doubt.
With Brandon, yeah. And he also said that he doesn't think they're going to post it at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's up on the Bubba OnlyFans, but he said it's not up on Caitlin's. And he said he's not sure they're going to put it up.
Now, when it comes to your wife having sex with other people, I feel like that's out of bounds of your relationship. But if it is a situation where, I mean, it is an unusual situation, but if it's something where she's like doing it, like, oh, it's almost like social work, do you think that you could maybe, give a pass on it? Like you personally, do you think you could?
How often are we doing the social work?
Let's just say once a year. Say it's the same deal. Once a year she does this for a good friend who, she's not leaving you for Brandon the Quad or anything like that. But, Brandon has requested this happen, and you feel like as a friend and as a good patron of society that this is something that you can offer someone. And Lummy, maybe I'm going to ask you the same question. So
as long as, you know what, Anna, I probably not.
Okay.
I mean, I wish I could sit here and say yes, and we could go off that, but I mean, I don't think so, and I don't even think me hooking up with another woman while she's doing her charitable endeavors. I don't even think that. I don't think even that's.
Yeah. I get it, because it opens up the door, and if it's like that was okay, then what else is possibly on the table?
Yeah,
so
I mean, I got all doors closed on. Even the one directly to my wife. So I mean, I can't start opening up all these other doors around town, and then my door's locked.
Listen, I get it. I understand. It makes sense to me. I feel like you're all pretty familiar with this Brock Purdy character.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Did you know that he actually has a roomie?
Yes.
He splits the rent with the. I mean, that just sounds so
man.
sweet. Here's a little bit of this interview he did with this woman who might be partially Asian. I don't know who this is.
Okay, thank you.
Partially Asian.
For Brock Purdy at home.
So I still have a roommate, one of the offensive linemen here.
Look how much she wants to blast him. Oh my God, she's just cheesing.
It is so smart that he's rooming with an offensive lineman. One, because he's a dude. He plays in the NFL.
Team?
Yeah, because. Like, he's going to be hanging out with him anyhow, so why not split the rent in a huge house?
It's a huge house?
Young. Yeah.
Why did I think it was like a 400 square foot apartment?
Well, so.
Like, in my mind, he was really, like, roughing it.
He's living in a studio?
Yeah, a studio with some other dude.
So I know a lot of, this is not a little bit of money, but so he makes, because he was such a late round draft pick and he's still in his first contract, he makes I think around $700,000-$800,000 a year.
Yeah.
How old is he? He looks young.
Probably 25.
That's crazy.
So and then maybe 22, 23. I don't know. So then they you cut that in half when you're in California, and then so I think that's why he's gone about this. I heard he also still has a car that he's had for quite some time. A lot of people say he looks like a dad that likes to get to the airport 6 hours early just to be safe.
He's got a twin.
Yeah, I can see that. Where's the white Reeboks?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that
He's
look.
like Kirk Cousins. That's what they say, because Kirk Cousins owns that minivan. He's a quarterback for the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he lives with someone who's not on his team?
Well, he did when he first got in, I believe, and then he had he still owns like a 1999 minivan.
He has
still
a
gets him
minivan?
around.
Yeah.
I love this kid.
I still drive, my Toyota Sequoia.
What is the reality for
Look at that face. She just can't get
Brock
enough.
Purdy at home?
So I still have a roommate, one of the offensive linemen here.
Oh.
So he and I are, still splitting rent. I still drive, my
Right, we already
Toyota
saw
Sequoia.
this.
What is the
Okay, we get it. They want to show it to
He's
us
a regular
again.
guy until he gets
it's just an IQ. I feel like this is really what they did with Jennifer Lawrence. Would you always see those videos of her like, I'm just a regular gal sort of a thing? That's what she would always try to play up.
No, but my God, with that clip of her at whatever award show where she goes, if I don't win, I'm leaving. Did you see that?
I mean, she was obviously joking,
No,
right?
I'm just saying the way she looked was unbelievable. Like, I've never seen her look that good before.
Oh, you mean she just looked super hot?
Yeah, like I know.
I thought you were like, she looked so serious.
No,
She's a bitch.
No, I was like, oh my God, like wow,
She's a stunning woman.
Lawrence is back.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Have you seen her leaked photos? I mean,
well, no, I haven't, Lummy. I'm an upstanding citizen, but I have seen the Aaron Andrews video.
I've seen.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the leaked photos, Lummy.
She's a naughty girl.
Yeah. Is she? What? I thought it was she was just taking some nudes. It wasn't anything too crazy, right? Just her topless? Or?
No, she was really getting after it.
Oh, well, maybe I need to refresh my memory a little bit.
Was she?
Yeah, toys, everything.
Toys?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Hello, is this?
So that's going to be looking up those leaked photos.
How about it there? You're expecting with the buzzard.
Is this guy the troll?
No, it's fake Buzzy.
It's fake Buzzer Bob.
The greatest return ever.
Yeah, he's gonna get you.
To have Mr. Seth back on.
All right, I can't do it. Come up with a better character, my friend.
What's his character?
I know, but I just don't like it.
He was going to end the call with, "You got him."
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't get the gimmick. I'm sorry, sir.
I mean, he's a regular guy right now. I'm sure he's making a ton of money in endorsements. I'm sure he's making a hell of a lot more than his offensive lineman roommate, and he is due in 2 years for a new contract.
He's 24.
Which, if they give it to him, he'll probably get it at the end of next season.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You think
Just
next
how young
season?
they
You
are.
don't think that they'll try to re-sign him this year, especially how they play?
No, they might. I mean, but, you got to. I think it's a 4-year deal when you're drafted that late, and so
4 years, $3.7 million.
And the going rate, if they decide to stick with Brock Purdy, because I know a lot of people think he's just a game manager. I mean, he's between $30 and $40 million a year.
Oh yeah,
he's gonna kick that guy right out of there.
Who's the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl?
Ooh, good question.
Because I feel like when I think of 24 and where I was at 24,
yeah, it might be it.
I'm like, when I think about a 24-year-old, I'm like, holy crap! The fact that they are, a leader in the league among men who are the best at what they do in the world, and he is bringing his team to the Super Bowl at 24. That's a lot of pressure, a lot of eyes. So I'm just curious to see how young they get.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Is it Mahomes?
When it was Ben Roethlisberger's first year with the Steelers, they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So he
was 23.
He was 23.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the youngest quarterback
See
to
the
make it to
rapey
the Super
guy?
Bowl was Dan Marino, and that was alleged.
I know it was an alleged allegation, but again, I don't really start paying attention to athletes unless they, punch a woman in an elevator or they start drowning dogs. That's really when they get on my radar. But I do remember Ben Roethlisberger. I think you said when he was was it when he was 20? Was he in college or was he in the league?
In the league.
Yeah.
When he cornered a girl at a club and
in the bathroom.
Yeah.
in the bathroom and maybe accidentally raped her or something.
And then they settled out of court. Yes.
Okay.
That is what happened.
So what do you think happened?
I think that's what happened.
What do you think happened? You think he did something dirty? Dirty, naughty?
From just seeing Ben Roethlisberger over his career, knowing that was he wearing a helmet when he got in the motorcycle accident?
I don't believe he was.
He was in a motorcycle accident?
That was the big thing. I think they made a rule that if you have a motor, or I guess maybe in his contract that he had to wear a helmet.
Yeah, there wasn't a Ben Roethlisberger, great player, but he didn't have much like Brett Favre, didn't really have the track record of being the smartest guy in the world. I'm not saying that means that you sexually assault women, but I believe that he was aware that he was a big deal when he was very, very young, and maybe thought he could do whatever he wanted. But
what came first, the alleged rape or the motorcycle accident?
I think the rape.
Yeah,
okay.
I believe it was. Yeah, it was.
You can't really say in the reverse, CC made me do it.
No, it was the motorcycle accident.
Oh, okay, maybe.
So you know what? Yeah, head injury.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. He's out. He's off. He's not responsible for any of that. Snoop Dogg is going to be at the Super Bowl after party, and Dr. Dre. They're going to team up, and maybe herpes-infested Usher is going to show up as well. Now, are these things televised, the after party, or is this super exclusive? Only the creme de la creme, but they're not. It's not like a concert that you can watch where it's New York or New Year's Eve or something like that, where they.
I mean, if some idiotic streamer gets in there and decides to go live or something, I mean, it's possible. But no, none of this stuff is none of this stuff's on TV at all. It's interesting to have a post party. A lot of the parties happen, all throughout Super Bowl weekend. But the after party, if this is by Dre and Snoop, I mean, you could probably imagine the winning team's going to show up. I mean, if the Chiefs win, Taylor Swift will be there. She'll be up there with Doggy and Dre.
Nice.
We're just gonna have to shut it all down.
And it
it's
just goes all night long.
It does. That's what I mean. There's just so much money to be made on Super Bowl weekend.
Jordan had the after party back in the day here.
Jordan?
Yeah, Mons Venus shut the whole club down.
Michael?
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Michael.
And when it was the Steelers and the Cardinals, he rented out the whole Mons Venus for an after party.
Oh my goodness!
Now is that the official after party? Or that was just Jordan's exclusive.
That was Jordan's exclusive after party.
Okay.
He shut the whole club down. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's always a lot of after parties. They just don't normally announce them.
They used to have the Maxim party and all.
I remember hearing about that. I feel like Lil Wayne has been to one of many of those. But
yeah. But I mean, it's Vegas right now. I mean, whether it's in Miami, Tampa, I mean, everybody's going to end up making it. It's always in a destination where people want to go. So
now let me ask you this: if you lose the Super Bowl, can you still party just because it's a time to party, or is that kind of frowned upon? You should be in mourning.
I think you have to. I think you need to party in the privacy of your own hotel room and plane.
Really?
And yeah, there's nobody's on the streets after they lose the Super Bowl. I think they just get out of town immediately.
And maybe Rhett can speak to this as well. Do they make fires if you lose a Super Bowl, or is it only just if you kind of just suck year round? But if
it depends on the city that that loses, but usually win or lose, there's going to be a couple of things set on fire.
San
Really?
Francisco, with what I'm hearing right now from what Elon Musk says, I mean, they might set fires in San Francisco if
They might
lose.
unleash the homeless.
It might make it better. Who knows what's going on there? But yeah, I don't know if San Francisco. It's normally like Philly, Boston, like win or lose.
San Francisco can't handle any more trauma.
Philly was bad.
Yeah,
Philly?
I remember that.
Dude, Philly.
They were eating horse poop off the street.
Yeah.
Philly, they had to grease the light-
Rocky statue.
They had to grease all the statues and all the light poles
Because of the hoodlums.
so people wouldn't climb up it after the
Well,
win.
some of the videos
Filthy.
coming out after Tampa's Super Bowl win were pretty good too. There were people in downtown taking like stop signs and all the scooters and throwing them in the river for some reason. But the videos were pretty funny.
And
Yeah,
that's
it
if your
wasn't-
team wins. You
Yeah.
decimate it.
It's
Party.
win or lose, Anna. There's no. I just normally
Oh.
the fire. I couldn't tell you it's win or lose. I mean, I just don't see anything being too major between these two cities.
Do you
No,
have,
they're used to it.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Super Bowl? Was it like just the one a couple years ago when the Bucks won? Does that hold a memory near and dear in everyone's heart?
Yep.
Okay.
Of course.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever like? Let me ask you this, because
Maybe-
you guys are sports guys. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say maybe Super Bowl 51. Watching 28-3 in real time was insane.
I don't know
My
what that means.
stepdad's a big Patriots fan. We've always
Okay.
been Brady fans. So it. Okay.
It was the greatest comeback ever.
Yeah,
I
greatest
see.
comeback
Okay.
in
I'm
Super Bowl
like,
history.
yeah. You gotta break that down for me.
The Patriots were down 28
Wait
to
a minute.
3.
I do remember that. Was that in 2017?
Yes.
Okay, I do
Super
remember
Bowl
watching that.
Super Bowl 51. Pats were down 28-3 at halftime, and then
Brady brought him back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I do remember that, not because of the game, but because of the excitement of the people around me. Like, they could not believe what was happening.
Yeah.
They just thought they were in the presence of a god, it seemed.
It was
So,
insane.
Let me ask you this, because you guys are sports guys, and it seems like you're emotionally, not just invested in terms of time, but you're emotionally invested in sports. Have you ever cried watching a game for good or bad reasons? Like, you're
Yes.
just like so moved that your team won or maybe lost? Can you tell me about that? Seth, why don't you tell us?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I don't. There's no tears when they lose. I just move on with my day. But when my White Sox won the World Series in 2005, which you can crunch the numbers, that was a long time ago. World Series are very, very hard. I was crying for multiple days because
Multiple days.
It was overwhelming. Never expected it. It was such a sharing it with my family and my dad.
Did you feel like you won? Because you didn't.
Well, thank you, Anna.
Well, I just feel like people really claim it. They're like, we won. I'm like, you didn't win anything. Your team won.
Better take down my jersey from that year that I was like,
Sorry.
no,
Some part of replica rings.
it's certain things, and one of the reasons why people have it's such a tie to sports is because how they were raised and how it was passed down, and that it's a whole family thing. And my whole family, we were White Sox fans, born on the south side of Chicago, and they haven't even sniffed any glory since 2005. We might never see it in our lifetime. So knowing that we had a once in a lifetime moment, I was happy that my dad got to experience that.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Yeah, so that was it.
Did he cry too?
I wasn't with him, but he better have.
Yeah, I mean, there's the emotional investment, but it's also an escape a little bit. Like, I'm a loser in real life, but if my team's winning,
then you're a winner.
Then I'm a winner, So it
I
really
appreciate that.
it gets everything out of the way.
You know what? It makes all the sense now.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I did shed a single tear when the Bucks beat the Packers in the NFC Championship game. I did not cry after they won the Super Bowl because I think I was already over it.
Was that in 21?
Yeah, February 21. But when they beat the Packers and I knew I was going to watch my team play in a Super Bowl with Tom effing Brady as their quarterback, it was just it was surreal at the time.
Did it feel good because you also know Bubba's team lost? Was there any added were you hired here at the time?
Yeah,
or
I was working here at the time.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if this is the time, the interim between you.
Yeah, because me and Lummy did the goat on a boat.
Right.
For the Bucs Super Bowl parade, which is another reason why that's
saw
like
the throw of the Lombard
me
Lombardi
Lummy and
trophy.
Me, Lummy, and Baby the Goat were on the front page at TMZ and every other major sports network the following day because we were right there in the picture.
I remember on the boat with the goat in the shirt.
That's right.
Awesome. I love it. What about you, Lum? Did you have emotions?
I teared up once or twice for the happiness.
Okay, well, I mean, when?
I think when the Cubs won, I had a little tear.
What? For real?
Cubs fan?
I used to be a Cubs fan before the Rays.
Used to be a Cubs fan.
I mean, second. Well, listen, when you grow up and your dad's from Chicago, your family's from Chicago, and you come down here and you only got Chicago teams to watch,
right?
WGN, and then they obviously were the lovable losers. And when the Rays came, I switched over. But yeah, when they finally won,
What year was that?
16.
Yeah.
2016. Oh, that's sweet.
Thought about Harry Carey and how sad it was, and
he was such a pervert.
Beautiful. I love it. I love the emotional, sentimental side of sports.
And the Bucks, and when the Bucks won recently.
In 21.
If you cry when your team loses, you need to go see a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay to be happy when your team wins. What?
The Bucks were terrible for so long that it toughened me up to losing. So now it's like, if you cry because your team sucks, then you just need to get used to it.
Exactly.
I see. But then you can really be moved when your team wins.
Right. Like if there's a Chiefs fan that's crying if they lose the Super Bowl, we would want to go slap them around.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Only if it was a man.
Hello, who's this?
Thank you for calling 184.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're going to do words. We'll be back after this.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh, come on, you stupid ass piece of...
Bubba the Love Sponge lives because a dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Florida is where I was born. Yes, Creeper Lips. Just because the Broncos suck and you guys are stuck with Let It Ride boy Russell Wilson.
Only for one more year, though, right? Only this year, and then get rid of him?
I thought he had like a shit ton guaranteed.
They were trying. I think it was the money that was guaranteed was for 2025, and I think that's why they were trying to get out of that. So, Berto, thanks a lot, man. I'm glad you checked it out.
Woo. You know what? I cried that Falcons Patriots game.
I probably did too, man. I probably cried at some shit I'm not even thinking about.
I lost a lot of money because I picked Atlanta, and then I was taking live bets all night long because they were up 23-3, and I took the money line. I bet like $500 back in the day on them.
They stopped running the ball, right? Was Kyle Shanahan stopped running the ball? Yeah, Devontae Freeman.
I was buying, man. I swear, I was buying double talls, buying shots for everyone, going good. And then I started going to like a single, and then water. More used to say, redneck. Listen, you guys got Tommy Lasorda, okay? Is he still the coach there? Or did he get fired?
Who?
Tommy Lasorda, not Tommy.
Oh, Tony La Russa? Yeah. Oh God, he's gone. We had the third worst record in baseball last year, and now we might have the worst.
So he's back here in Tampa. He's not. I thought.
No, La Russa. He moved out to Arizona.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think he lives in Arizona now, and he's a consultant for the White Sox, which means really nothing. What up, Sicilian Redneck? Thank you. Check it out, the podcast with Brent. It'll stay up today. Then we'll do a 2 Live Jew tomorrow. Get back to normal Monday.
I think the White Sox should bring in Lou Piniella.
Did he pass?
Is he dead?
He's dead.
No, he's still alive.
Is he? Okay, all right.
I met him 2 years ago. He's a little.
Oh, I mean, yeah, he always looked like that, but now as he gets older, I'm sure. No, Snizzlick, I can't lie. I don't listen to Taylor's music. I just met her a couple times and followed some of the, charitable things.
Is that when you were at 97X?
I was at 97X. Phoebe was at Hot, and then I was at the Bone, and Phoebe was at Hot when I met her the second time.
Did she come to the studio? Or?
No, we went and met her at her concert.
Oh shit.
And yeah, eat more coleslaw. I found out the Taylor Swift bets.
That's how Travis Kelce was able to meet her this time, because she doesn't do meet and greets anymore. And so he was talking about how he didn't get to meet her, and he was disappointed.
Didn't he send
Did
her
he go
like
to her
a
concert?
gift, like
Yeah.
a little watch or bracelet?
Yeah, he made a bracelet.
Did he go? He went to her concert?
Yeah.
Because he's a fan.
Yes.
Let's see. I think one of the bets, eat more coleslaw, is Taylor Swift's lipstick color.
I mean, it's gonna be red. It's always fucking red, isn't it?
Well, red is minus 1,000, and any other color is plus 400. And her hairstyle, is it going to be up or down? Is she going to show cleavage?
Get the fuck out of here.
cold as fuck. Oh.
Maybe send me all these. I'm laying money down on all these, man. These are
Show
easy.
cleavage minus 250 if she shows cleavage.
There's no cleavage. She's not showing cleavage.
Huh?
She's not showing cleavage. Probably gonna wear a jersey or something.
So you want to go minus 250. The Super Bowl 58 MVP does not mention Taylor Swift.
RT, White Sox are gonna be bad, man. They're gonna be bad.
And number of times Taylor Swift is shown. The bet is
6.
more than once.
More than what?
More than once.
Yeah.
But it's minus 10,000.
So it's easy money?
No, it's...
I want to see Tony Romo
yeah,
fan.
Oh, okay.
I bet 100... Fuck, you got to bet.
Thanks, Dark Match.
I'm actually going to put a bet on minus 10,000.
Let's do it.
Did Tony Romo really say you're better? And she's like,
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah, it was so awkward. And then he just gives her a fist bump.
Oh,
There you go. Seth, we put $5 on the Taylor Swift, we would win 5 cents.
Let's do it, man. I'll take 5 cents.
$100 to win $1.
Hope you feel better, Steve. I caught the anxiety last night, so I wasn't feeling too well either, man.
Are you going to power through? Well, let me ask you on the air.
Dude, the weed knocked you out, Steve? I'm not sure if that's for me or Steve, Tina, but I'm taking it for me. Oh, man. The White Sox are going to suck, RT. It's just disgusting, man. Just disgusting. Just trade Dylan Cease. Just give me something to fucking root for. I mean, Colson Montgomery is a top 10 prospect in baseball now, but I need more.
What's your farm system look like?
It's fucking terrible. We rebuilt over the last 8 years, had the number one farm system, and guess what? All the guys fizzled out, Lummy. So when you have the best farm system and those guys don't deliver,
I'm in the car listening to Bubba the Love Sponge.
Oh.
Love you guys.
Gotta be Bubba.
Wondering who he's going to yell at next.
Yeah.
People from all facets of life can relate to this show, and that's why I like it.
I love it. I can't get enough.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Exactly.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Welcome back. Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Bubba will be back on Monday. Please send money at the Bubba Army. Cash App, PayPal, preferred methods of payment. Please and thank you. Would very much appreciate it.
Hey, great job planning out the show today.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You really can't take a compliment. It's okay.
I have to believe it in my head.
It's fine.
No, but I did do significantly more work to prepare today than I usually do. Not that I don't try, but maybe I come up with 15 to 16 stories, send them Bubba's way. But today maybe I put in 35 just to be sure. Just to be sure, I definitely wanted to make sure that it was something that you guys wanted to talk about that lights you guys up. And you guys like talking about, the Tony Romos and the Tom Brady and Travis Kelce and Brock Purdy. And I'm learning a thing or two about sports, and I don't think that would be the worst thing in the world. So it's good. I like it. 813-90-BUBBA.
You did good.
Thank you. I mean, it's not over. I mean, I still have 40 minutes to totally F it up.
I feel like it's almost over, though.
Stay tuned.
We talked yesterday. You did asked Babyface to come on. You were a bit trepidatious, I think, of the show today knowing that, Dr. Dan was going to be here and, going to be a couple people down.
Yeah, but that's before I realized what I needed to do, which was instead of trying to move you guys to talk about stuff that I like talking about, I just need to move myself to talk about what you guys light up when you talk about.
Well, you made great adjustments. You made great adjustments, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, how will I do sports for 4 hours? And, here we are. We're making it happen.
Well, I mean, look, when you got Chiefs fans that freeze to death in the backyard,
the show writes itself.
It's conspiracy theories and sports.
I love it.
It ties it all in.
Rigged games, exactly. Taylor Swift. I'm a fan a little bit. I got to admit, I'm very intrigued by the idea of celebrity and like how it happens and how I just don't think anybody can be normal. And I think the most interesting thing about Taylor Swift, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know her. I feel like if anyone knows her, it'd be Seth because he's met her twice.
Yeah.
But it seems like all things considered, she's pretty grounded.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to really get a good grip of that sort of thing, but she doesn't really come across like a diva like she should.
Right. You don't really, there's security that's all around her. You don't really know it's security. They just look like regular people.
Right.
You see, when Jason Kelsey brought up that girl last week in Buffalo.
Oh, the little girl?
Yeah, the little girl to say hi to Taylor. You always see pictures after the games of Taylor with, whether, fans that come in there see her up in that area. So she also... all the people talk about it afterwards. She gives all the workers $100 tip, if they come in, take care of the food and all that stuff during the game. So, she does everything a famous person needs to do to, I think, stay in good favor. Outside of the fact that she's shown on TV a lot and she might be a Biden fan, I think she's pretty universally liked.
Yeah, and when you hear stories about just what normal people should always do, they're like, she picked up her own trash. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's a saint. What an amazing person. Because she picked up her own trash. But I also get it because she doesn't have to. People kind of expect her to be a diva, and it seems like she's not.
No,
so.
I don't think she's. I don't know if you heard this at all, but when her concert was over, like when her whole tour of America was over, and she was doing 5 nights
when
in
LA.
LA.
She was killing people in Brazil.
Yeah, well, before that. Before that happened.
I'm sorry.
She made them get water, by the way. Before, what was I saying? Before
her big show, she did something probably nice.
She, at the end of her tour, she tipped each
the truck
driver
drivers
$100,000.
Yes, I did hear about that, and I think there were about 50 of them.
There was a handful. So again, she didn't come out and say that. The truck drivers came out and said that, but I'm sure they got paid very well to do that job. But to have the recognition that she wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for them, to give them that kind of money. Yes, she has that money, and it's probably not a whole lot to her, but still, it's great that she does those things because you don't hear about it from other people.
Yeah, you don't, and maybe just because there's so few stars that are in that stratosphere that anybody even cares about. Usually, it's like, who else is maybe even comparable in terms of influence and popularity? Maybe Beyonce.
Yeah.
Again, I think that Taylor Swift is out of that most people's league, but I guess of recent memory, you could say like Michael Jackson, not anymore, obviously, but just that level of fame, popularity, and influence. And I would even argue that Taylor Swift is more influential just because of technology.
Ooh.
Because of the social media. So
more influential than Michael Jackson?
Because at any given moment, yes. I think.
Interesting.
I think in any given moment, yes. And not because of her necessarily, but just because of the times, the ages of technology that we have, of social media. Twitter didn't exist during Thriller days, so it does now.
Man, could you imagine if Michael Jackson was dating Travis Kelce? That would be.
He was dating Macaulay Culkin when he was 11, and raping him in his butt.
Whoa! He never raped Macaulay Culkin.
What's his name?
Macaulay Culkin.
Okay.
Yeah, or that other kid.
Oh, Wade Robson. Did you watch that documentary?
Listen,
there's so many Michael Jacksons.
What was it?
There's 90 Michael Jackson
Escaping
docs.
Neverland or something.
And then that's it. Corey Feldman said Michael Jackson never touched him.
Yeah,
I did watch Escaping Neverland, and it was
or Surviving Neverland.
So the way that the parents were okay with their kids going to sleep at Michael Jackson's house is always going to be the. I'm not blaming anybody, but it's as a parent who wasn't a parent at the time, I always thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
I never thought my parents would send me off to a celebrity's house at 7 or 8 to sleep in their bed. But, just some people are different.
Yeah, some people are built different. And I'm actually really glad you brought that up, Seth, because that segues perfectly into what I want to talk about next, which is controversial parenting styles and things we teach our children. Now, Seth, I feel like you've been a topic of conversation in terms of the unorthodox way that you've raised your daughter in some ways. I honestly, Seth, I think it's awesome because I feel like I was kind of raised in a similar fashion where my dad was like, these are things that are okay in private, and then would tell me, a slew of, not necessarily racial slurs, but words.
Yes.
And then go, we don't say that in public. And if I find out that you said that to your teacher, you're going to get your ass whooped.
Same. And I even tie in another one. I go, don't tell mommy, because then she feels like it's our little
secret.
thing.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm trying to build a rapport with my daughter through naughty words.
That I'm the cool parent.
Yes, and
it works, honestly.
That was not a game plan I developed, at birth, but
Sure.
I've kind of, as you said, I have an unorthodox style of parenting. I am just trying to figure it out as I go along. It's every day it's something different, Anna.
Because here's the thing about raising a child, and although I've never been a parent, I have been a child. You kind of want to mess them up just enough so that they have a good sense of humor, which is a delicate balance because you go too much. Now they're trauma stricken. They're going to have, if it's a girl, daddy issues. If they're a boy, they're going to just, maybe be a criminal or something. But if you hit it just right, they're a person that has a good sense of humor. They get along well with others. They stay the course. Okay, that's what they do. So this mother has sparked a furious debate because she has some controversial parenting tips, and she chose to share them on the internet, which is where you want to share your unorthodox style of parenting.
Oh man, I love mothers that post their
Number
tips.
one, co-sleeping.
Oh jeez.
I have always allowed co-sleeping. So has my husband. It's something that we have not discouraged. My firstborn was sleep trained at the age of 6 months and slept in his bed until about 2 years of age. And then he kind of just decided that he wanted to sleep with us, so we have just always allowed it. And then
I feel like that's not the move. Again, I don't know anything about parenting, but I feel like if you do that, then they're just going to do that forever.
Yes, they will.
Conceivably. Okay. I mean, yeah, and Rhett can weigh in because he is a father to a wiener dog, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
Well, no, there's a
sorry.
There's a podcast I listen to called Therapy Gecko. And there was a guy that called in last week, and he is 20 years old, and he still sleeps between his parents.
No, I can't believe that. I cannot believe
Was
that.
it real or was it like the blown off calls?
He said, yeah, right.
Or the roses.
No, they went into detail, so I'm pretty sure he was not lying. He said that she had some health issues, so he claimed that was the reason. After all these years, he still did, but
And why is his dad in the
Yeah, I
middle
was
of
gonna
that?
ask.
Well, his dad slept in a separate bed.
Oh, kind of like Seth?
Wait, separate in the same room or?
Yeah, separate bed in the same room, and then he slept in the bed with his mom.
That's some freaky stuff.
But he said that he started as a kid, and then they just never asked him to stop, so he never did. There were 3 other kids in the house with him. He had siblings, and he was the only one who did not have his own room. He shared a room with them and slept in there.
That's weird. Can I ask you a follow-up question? Was he white or not white?
I think he was Hispanic. He never really clarified, but the way that the household sounded did not sound like a very white household.
Was there loud Bad Bunnies blasting in the
Right,
background?
Yeah, fire alarms going off.
Was he Ghey?
I don't know.
Well, let me ask you, Anna, you being South African, my ex South African partner.
I've been there once, but okay.
You're South African. My ex
Anna, you're a native South African.
My partner, his cousin, and they were here in the States at the time. They said it was normal. They breastfed their kid till he was 9.
Shut up.
I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious.
Are you asking if I was breastfed till I was 9?
No, I just didn't know
with
if that
these
was,
chompers,
but
my mom would never allow
Straight
it.
from the tap, Lummy, or what?
Straight from the tap.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
No.
Come on.
No.
They
And
said,
they're
they,
from
said
where?
they said it was normal.
Straight
South
from
Africa.
the tap.
I mean, okay. Can I? All right. Now I'm gonna be very careful about how I go and ask the next series of questions. You said they were from South Africa.
Correct.
Like, was the skin lighter or darker than khaki?
They were white South Africans.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah,
just wondering.
Oh,
I
no,
didn't know if it was
they
like
were-
more of a tribal Zulu
No,
thing.
they were
or-
the Dutch, whatever.
the Afrikaners.
Yeah, the
Well, that ain't
Afrikaans.
my people, but okay.
The Afrikaans aren't yours?
No, my dad's like. I think his parents are from Lithuania, or he's not. His great grandparents are from Lithuania.
No, so is theirs are from whatever, Sweden or Dutch or whatever.
Dutch that's from the Netherlands.
Yeah, so Sweden, I don't know where they were from, but all I know is that their kid was breastfeeding. He was homeschooled because he couldn't go to school because
He was on the teat,
Yeah.
if I may say that.
And he was
Just for further context to update, sorry, the guy who sleeps with his mom, they immigrated from Pakistan.
Okay. Yeah, that's
it's
closer to what I thought, honestly. I was
cultural
thinking,
thing.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe more like Wuhan style, but I'm not surprised. Is it because they're from a war-torn country and it was just kind of like able to find comfort when you're getting bombed? And so you just kind of hide with your mommy and your daddy? I don't know.
For 20 years?
Okay,
I
maybe not. You're right.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of this right now.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know when we get her out of there.
Salvador, hey, $50 on the PayPal. John Kusika, $100 on the PayPal. LM Close, $100 on the PayPal.
Thank you guys so much.
I want LM Clothes to outfit me.
Joey Campbell, $25 on the PayPal. And Joshua M, $25 on the...
Wow. It's
End
like
the
backed
show
up.
on. Let's go.
I wish we could, but we got about 27 more minutes of this. Lummy, you got a kid.
Yes.
What do you
He's not
do?
breastfed.
I mean, he can walk. He's mobile, so like I feel like is he in a crib? What do
Yeah,
kids
he's in his
sleep
own bed.
He's in a bed.
He's in his own
Okay.
crib.
He's in a
Yeah.
crib.
Is he in a crib or a bed?
Well, it turns to a bed, too.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's a crib bed.
It's like a futon
But we
crib.
leave it up right now, the little...
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those convertible ones. But yeah, no, we put him down in his crib when he goes to bed, and then he lays there.
Does he
has
ever
a-
cry for you? And then what do you do in that
He
situation?
never cries for me.
Well, cry for a person.
We'll let it wait just a little bit, and then if it's like way too bad, then we'll go get him and comfort him and then put him back in. But he hasn't really had too many episodes like that recently.
Where he starts coming in the middle of the night or anything?
No, he can't come in.
Oh, because he's in a cage. Crib.
Well, even if he could come out, we keep him in like a little sleep sack so he can't use his
Whoa,
legs.
what's Lummy? What's going on over there? It's a crib and a sleep sack?
Yeah.
Wow, you're really making sure he can't go in.
Exactly.
He's in a straight jacket as well, and he's also tied to the crib.
He's not getting up, I can tell you that. He's got
I
his
think
little
that's
monkey.
good.
He sleeps with a monkey.
Yeah, okay. Stuffed animals. You mean like that kind of monkey?
Yeah, of course.
He's going to be right in between you and Ashley in just a year and a half.
Marvin the monkey. That's what it, no.
Marvin's going to be there too. Marvin's going to replace you. You're going to be kicked out of that bed.
Yeah, I'll be in his crib.
Our second born, he has been in our bed since day one, and I just seem to not be able to let him go, so I'm sure he'll be in there for quite a while.
So they got like
Number
4 people in the
two,
bed.
Sleepovers. We do not allow sleepovers. I will not allow my children to sleep over at anyone's house until they're at least 12 years of age.
Now, I don't think that is outrageous. I kind of get it. There's a lot of pervs. There's a lot of weirdos. And maybe even if the parents are cool, you got like an older brother that's hanging around. Things can get weird. Things can get real weird.
We've hosted, and I've had my daughter go to sleepovers, and she's just sick. So, but it's no. I mean,
she's just sick.
6. Sorry,
6.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's not at the 12-year-old age limit, which whatever that means.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Are you fearful?
No.
Okay.
And I would be, but I don't want anybody to be fearful when their kid's sleeping over at my house, and I'm not fearful if we decide that we're going to send it's just somebody that we've known forever, and there's like 4 or 5 girls that sleep over at once, and she's FaceTiming us the whole night. But I mean,
the whole night.
that's what kids want to do at that age. So I mean, this lady's already got something weird going on where she's like actually putting all of her kids in bed. So I can understand why she might not want to send them off anywhere else.
What about you, Lummy? I know Walker's not quite at the age of doing sleepovers yet, but you think you'll have a problem with it if he wants to sleep over? Is it really a thing for boys, or is it?
I used to have sleepovers when I was a kid.
All
Go
right.
over to a friend's house.
Okay, you wouldn't be fearful of it at all?
No, as long as you know the parents.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I mean,
I'm just paranoid, I guess.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
There's every person I look at, and I'm like, could this person be like a pedophile? Like, could this, like, you see, like, just, wholesome dad and stuff, like, could this guy be it? And then I go, what if people are sizing me up, asking me if I can be it?
Yeah.
And they're probably going, yeah, you could be it.
Okay, but that's not your problem. Your problem is to protect your kid.
Yeah, you're right.
Who cares what other people think about you?
Hold on, we're not sending him to the Boy Scouts.
I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking if you're concerned about perhaps, there might be an older brother or a weirdo dad. I just don't know. I don't know.
There's no older brothers, but the dads don't bother me because I know when there's 5 girls over at a house, the dad is going to be the furthest possible place he can be away from it all. Yeah. So I don't worry about that at all with the girls.
I get you.
My oldest son has stayed the night with us to stay with, and probably will ever allow our kids to stay with.
Nope. Sorry.
So how many kids are in the bed?
Number 3, picky
4.
eating.
Oh, no.
I will not force a meal upon my child, and I will not force them to sit at the table until they're done eating.
Do you force feed your kid, Seth?
No, but I'm trying because all she eats is chicken nuggets every night.
Yeah, the kids love their chicken nuggets.
I love the chicken nuggets. I'm trying to. I can't even branch off into lasagna. She looks disgusting. Really? But I know. She likes pasta. It's everything.
Does she like Jew food?
No,
like kugel and
no. What do we do? Latkes.
Oh, frig yeah. Well, that's just fried. Potato pancakes. Who doesn't love latkes?
It's the best we got in my mom's Jewish coffee cake. That's all we have in our religion. Yeah,
love me some coffee cake.
That's all we have in our religion. So she likes those. But yeah, that's the extent of it. And then she just wants yogurt all the time. And I sit there and I'm like, you got to eat this stuff. And then I go, like, why? Why do I have to force her to eat this? So I check myself sometimes. If she's hungry, she's hungry. If she's not, she's not. She's old enough to know when she, needs to get food. So I just wish she wouldn't keep sending me down the stairs to get her orange yogurt anymore. I wish she would just get it herself. It's like, go get me a yogurt.
I'm watching Bluey. Go get this.
That's pretty much what it is. So I'm trying to see if we get a fridge upstairs.
I was
going
to say, when are you going to put a fridge up there?
Well, just for her stupid yogurts, I'm going to try to have her go down the steps for once, Lummy.
Oh, that's true.
I'm trying to rest at night.
Yeah, get Daddy his vape and some yogurts, please and thank you.
Really, I'm vaping in the corner of my room so she doesn't see it, and then I'm getting to summoned to go get the yogurt, creamsicle style.
Lummy, what about you? I think you're again. I don't know anything about child development. I think he's not breastfeeding anymore. Obviously, that was a long time ago.
Yes,
he's eating regular foods.
Yeah. He loves pasta.
Oh, good. Okay.
He loves chicken nuggets. Pizza.
Does he eat what you eat? Is what I'm asking. Do you just kind of give a little to him of whatever you're having?
We'll try it sometimes if we make like somewhat of a meal, but most of the time he's got his own little meal.
Okay.
So,
all right.
You know what though? I realized too, and this is why I'm really screwed up. My parents didn't give me any options. It was like if my mom made ziti that sucked, I was eating the ziti that sucked. I didn't even know. I didn't even think about any other options. I didn't think about, hey, take me to Chick-fil-A, or do we have other food in this house? I just was like, this is it.
My parents did the same thing.
I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. Between me and my sister and my father, we're good eaters, so I don't think there was ever really a problem. And we also had just like a lot of processed stuff in the house, which wasn't good. And both my parents kind of regret that because we did grow up eating. This is even worse than chicken nuggets. Our fake chicken nuggets. The vegetarian ones, because my dad was a vegetarian ever since he was a child. So me and my sister just kind of by default became vegetarians, and we would just eat like the fake corn dogs and the fake chicken nuggets. It wasn't good. It was good, but it wasn't good for you.
I just will not do it. There's too much emotional damage, in my opinion, that I would not do that to my kids. If I make soup in my
These are the worst kind of moms.
Yes.
What?
Just ones that would act like there's one way to do things and it's their way, and she's going to tell you why it works.
Well, you got to see how she ends the video.
Please show me.
This is probably going to get a ton of people, but it's just what I believe in and what I think. If your kid is mean to my kid, he has been taught to punch your kid in the face.
Okay. And I know we kind of talked a little bit about this last week, but and I understand if someone puts hands on your kid, like if little Tommy tries to touch Walker, then Walker can throw a punch. But if they just say something, just say something.
Yeah, don't.
Do you tell Walker like, hey, if this? I know he's 2, but if he says something,
no,
you just punch him in the face.
No, it's words.
You
don't
use
just go
words.
Up and punch them. Now, if the kid starts beating the crap out of you, fight back.
Of course, you defend yourself.
But like if Seth's kid walked up and called Walker a name and started cussing at him,
bitch boy or something. Yeah.
I wouldn't want Walker to
punch her.
Yeah,
even though your child is bigger than Seth's, even though he's like what 2.5, something like that.
Yeah, 2 1/4.
Yeah. What about you, Seth?
I co-sign on the fighting.
Or do you tell your daughter like, hey, preemptively, you be the bully, and that way no one bullies you?
No, but she comes home and she says, it's
I got boyfriends.
No, it's people are making fun of her for she's afraid of fire drills, so she has headphones that she puts on. So
That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, she's afraid of fire drills, so she has these like little kitty cat headphones that she puts on, so she doesn't have to hear it. And
I get it.
She said people make fun of her for that, and I'm like, if someone's making fun of you, I was like, just push them down, and I was like, stand over them and tell you that if they keep this up, that your dad's going to come whip their ass. Because I don't care. I'll beat a 6-year-old up. I'll beat a 7-year-old up.
Right. You're not afraid.
I honestly...
you could probably take like at least 4 of them.
Out of the rage you feel when, your daughter comes home and tells you some other kid was doing something, it's a tough rage to... I know that people have experienced much worse than, their kids getting called names, but still, it bothers me. And I want my daughter to know that she's not helpless in that scenario. I don't say you got to push or do anything like that, but I let her know, either say, don't say that to me, stop making fun of me, or fire back with something.
Yeah.
But, I got bullied in school, big surprise, and I'm not going to let that happen to her.
Yeah.
I had a kid punch me in the arm every single day when I was in 7th grade. My arm was freaking purple. Every day my mom would ask me what happened. And I was like, I don't know. Why didn't my mom call? Why did my mom do something?
Did you want her to, or would that make it worse?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't
know either.
I don't know. It's just back then I was just like, Jamie's gonna punch me in the arm today and it's gonna turn purple.
That sucks.
So I want to make sure that none of that stuff, ever happens to her. So, whenever she says people are making fun of her stuff, I like to really get down to what it is.
Yeah, I was really lucky where I just flew under the radar like my entire K through 12, where I wasn't popular, but I wasn't so much of a nerd and a loser that I was getting shoved in lockers or anything. There were a few occasions where people would say something to me, oh, you got hairy legs, and then I shaved. Everyone knows the story where I shaved my legs, but my mom told me not to shave my knees, so I came back with hairy knees. But
oh, nice,
shaved calves. It was horrible.
I didn't know that.
There's some French horn comments here and there, but I believe that I brought that on myself. But my dad did tell me, because like most kids, you have some issues with just like a few kids that are giving you problems. And it was all girls. Like boys really just kind of left me alone in every way. Even when I wanted them to pay attention to me, they did not. But girls sometimes were mean. And I remember my dad, his advice was, he's like, just threaten them. I'm like, what? He's like, just threaten them quietly and make sure nobody else hears.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I going to say? Like, I'm going to slit your throat? He's like, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can just deny it.
We do. I tell my daughter that to tell the kids that I'm going to put them in a cage or bury them under the school.
Ooh, I like that.
So those are kind of things that she likes to float around, when things get testy.
Lummy, what were you told as a child if someone was mean to you? I mean, you were so enormous. Did anyone even mess with you?
No, not really. I
That's
never got in
sweet.
a fight. Yeah, I usually was friends with the nerds. So
You were friends with the nerds?
of course.
He's friends with everybody.
So they
Yeah,
would
pretty
do your
much.
homework or something?
No, they were just cool.
Okay, cool. Nice.
No, I mean, they just told me pretty much it's just words. Don't let words hurt you.
Oh, nice.
That's
Because
pretty much
they had a lot of experience being abused by others.
Exactly.
They had a lot of wisdom. I like it.
That's how Lummy's been able to last so long at this job, is don't let words bother you.
There you go.
I'm the bus lady. Hey, lady! I was so constipated I could hardly drive.
Sounds like you should call and tell Bubba all about it. It's the low-priced answer to a high-budget problem. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I was I was friends with everybody, but I hated seeing fucking people get bullied. I'd never be the bully because
There's no way you could be a bully.
Oh, man.
my parents would also say too, look, one day
God's
there's always
watching.
gonna be someone bigger than you. So
You got a conscience.
exactly, they're gonna
God's
hold you
watching.
back. You've seen the Cat Williams fight, right? He fights a 13-year-old.
Yes. It's been a while, but I have seen it, yes.
I was saying to you because when Seth said he was gonna beat up.
Oh, you thought it
I
would
was
be
gonna say
this?
don't pull a cat and get choked out.
Oh, my God.
But
This
he
was
is
what,
like-
10 years ago?
What, having her walk away works, Tina?
Oh, they're bigger than him.
Yeah,
That was a nice little punch you had.
it was.
Who's taller, Cat or Kevin?
Probably.
the same.
Cat's like 5'2".
Yeah.
No, I think he's like 5. Well, he claims he's 5'5".
Well, we all claim we're bigger than we are.
Sure, of course.
Then the kid chokes him out.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. Did that kid know jujitsu?
He's 13.
But I mean, what's Cat supposed to do after? I mean, I don't know.
Why is he there? Is he
He was
there?
playing a pickup basketball game against the kids.
Pick up basketball games are no joke, man. That's where John Morant got accused of brandishing a gun because a 17-year-old was playing ball at his house, man.
Really?
Yeah, they said things got testy. Dude, any basketball game where there's no referees, there's gonna end with somebody getting choked.
Oh, that's right. You know what? Lawrence Phillips in the pickup football game.
Did he kill? Is that where
He got in his
Oh, are you
car
going
to
to
run him down.
Let me really quick. Are you doing your fucking...
Yeah, I have to do it. Yeah. I'll do it real quick. Yeah, he went to jail for the he died
Oh yeah,
in prison.
yeah. That's right. That's what it was.
And is Macho? Are you gonna fire me out of the exit?
I just didn't know kids were such pricks in fucking first grade.
Oh yeah.
I feel like, well, obviously the kids not in first grade, but even at soccer, kids just seem like the parenting is just awful, and the kids are just becoming complete dicks.
Yeah.
No manners.
My daughter said this kid just walked out of the classroom yesterday and didn't even ask to go to the bathroom. He just fucking went out and walked and fucking went there. The teacher had to call his dad. He's just leaving class. Like, first grade. What's he going to be doing? He's in 10th grade. But, like,
not showing up?
Like, for real. I mean, geez. I'm like, God, man, where's this going to go from here?
Selling drugs?
I didn't even have the balls to walk out of a college class to go to the bathroom during a lecture. I mean,
I felt horrible getting up and walking.
yeah, I had to work up the nerve for it.
Macho, how are we ending the show?
No, I don't think today, Grouper Lips. Those guys got a lot to talk about. Plus, I was up all night with anxiety, so I gotta.
Macho.
Yeah, people used to be bad. I mean,
Lummy, can you tell Macho to come in here really quick?
Yeah, Macho. Hey. Oh, he told me something. Hold on.
Are we just doing like we did yesterday?
Tell her to say roll the credits.
Oh, when I'm ready.
When you're ready.
Okay, I'll say that.
roll the credits. That's official right there.
Right, roll that credit.
I do, Big E. I ran out of weed last night, man. That was probably. No, I'm going today. I ran out of weed last night, which was probably why I had anxiety. But I'll tell you what, this didn't help me. It made things worse. But I had a joint that Sumo gave me that I was keeping for an emergency, and it made me feel good until I started throwing up because I can't handle the smoke.
Oh.
Can't handle my smoke, bitch. I am a vape bitch. It sucks, man. Oh, it's called pussy. Okay, thank you, Biggie. Thank you. What's up, Storage Shed? What up, what up, what up? Oh, between weed and between joint and a vape, Tina, I usually vape, which is it's a little lighter. It's not like as heavy as smoke, but the smoking, like the joints and stuff, for some reason, I would do it when I would feel like have major anxiety because it was like I wouldn't smoke all the time, so it really helped me. But now it kind of backfires. It kind of makes me nauseous after a minute, so. I'd say vaping's a little bit better, yeah. Yeah. I don't like I've never felt like any I mean, when I was smoking, I would get like chest pains and stuff. I mean, I haven't had, and that was like 15 years ago. I don't get anything from vaping. I'm not saying it's, healthy or anything, but I definitely think it's a little easier on you. Sometimes I can just read chat all day, man. Like, Rumble's cool today. Come on, guys. People in the Bubba Army got anxieties and stuff. I get DMs all the time. You gotta look out for each other. It's a real thing.
I love everything about the show.
Every day for 4 hours, man. It just makes time fly by.
Gotta be Bubba.
This is awesome. I love it. And I spent about 2 hours in my car when it's supposed to be a 20-minute break.
Yeah.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hello and welcome back. A few words before we part for the day.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp. BetterHelp.com and use /BTLS. If you've been thinking about doing therapy, don't put it off another day. BetterHelp is there for you. Go to betterhelp.com /BTLS. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you got to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch it at any time. No additional charge. Become your own soulmate, whether you're looking for one or not. Visit betterhelp.com /BTLS today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com /BTLS. Thank you, BetterHelp.
Thank you. Great job, Lom Lom.
You killed it again, baby.
You nailed it. You really did. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Macho Man and Rhett and Seth and Lummy. We made it through today. Great job. All right. I think I can play music now, right? How about
No, you have to say, well,
No, I will.
oh.
This is just like the exit music.
Oh, sorry, I do it,
You know, we've got a system over here, Seth.
I
It's all
stay
good,
out of
man.
things.
It's all good.
I just hear Lummy talk and I try to be important. So.
Thank you for all the heavy hitters. Lummy, can you just roll out a few names? John Cosica.
Oh, yeah, what do you got? So CEO or FTE, the Real Liquor, Primetime Toys, Grouper Lips, B Fennel. And then let me give the PayPal real quick.
I'd like to give a shout out to Chubbs Woody for saying the podcast was fire. And Bubba Army Mom for always being nice.
And Bubba the Love Sponge says that you guys are doing good.
Awesome. Hey!
Sponjo!
Give us money!
Call me Sponjo! I need you, Sponjo!
At the Bubba Army, Cash App, PayPal. Give us that shmoney, please, and thank you. Thank you to all those that have been listening and contributing. We very much appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow. Roll the credits!
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
Me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lumix.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council. Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.